go into those long droughts on offense and then also continue to get stops on the defensive end.
How big was it to have a week off?
It was huge for us, hopefully getting over a little more sickness and not getting sick. But it was nice to get a little rest. You know, we're going to need it for this week coming up, 3 games here this week, and moving the game up to Monday kind of helps a little bit with just gapping those games and spreading them out a little bit. But hopefully we can take care of business tonight and get a good start to the week, and then also get back into the gym and finish out the week strong with the regular season coming to an end here.
Coach Justin Froh, pregame here tonight. Scott City gets Colby, a team that's been on a mission here as of late here, and this is a team that you played within 6. One of their closer games in league play. What do you do to kind of slow them down a little bit here tonight?
Yeah, I think first of all, just being able to execute the game plan, being there mentally for the entire game and not giving them wide open shots or really, really easy looks to help fuel any of their offense because, they got a bunch of weapons, and once they get going, they can get hot in a hurry. So, being able to lock in mentally for the entire game is big, and then also on top of that, you got to be able to execute our game plan and know where everyone is for them and make sure that we're closing out on shooters with high hands, make sure we're executing defensively the way we want to, and make sure that we're getting to our spots on the offensive side and not getting stagnant in our offense, but moving the ball side to side and attacking their pressure, and don't sit back on our heels and let them be the aggressors. We got to be able to take it to them to start off the game and really for the entire game, and then we're going to have to be able to win the boards and battle down low, with their size especially. It's going to be a grind. It's going to be a battle tonight, but I think if we can do all 3 of those things, we'll put ourselves in position to win the game.
What do you do to kind of limit the foul trouble for your post players? You had that a lot in the last game against Colby.
Yeah, I think it comes down to making sure that we're just in good legal guarding position, as the referees would tell you, but making sure that when we are down low, make them score over top us and don't give them something easy or bail them out. So with our length, just make them score over top us with us going straight up, and then also turning around and boxing out, because whenever we make them go over top us but we don't turn around and box out, then they get second chance opportunities, and it seems like that's where most of our fouls come from, is not on the initial shot, but it's on the following shots, because we are frustrated that they continue to get offensive rebounds, or that we are not doing our job, first of all, to box out and secure rebounds, and then we end up turning around and fouling because we're out of position now. So just making sure that we're in position, first of all, and then second of all, kill the possession. End the possession, don't allow them to have second chance opportunities, and just one and done for each possession.
Should be a good one here with Scott City and Colby round 2 here. And Coach Joseph Froh here, the pregame coach. Thanks for the time as always, and good luck to you guys.
Thanks, Adam.
That was Scott City Lady Beaver coach Justin Froh. Your pregame interview is brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Hugh and Berta Benz and Scott City and Leota. More to come in your pregame show. We'll have a breakdown of the matchup, also bring in starters, keys to the game, and the tip-off after this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Season ahead, it's time to go down the checklist for safe traveling. Great Western Tire can go.
All right, let's go 3 minutes, please.
Goodrich, Dunlop, Goodyear, Kelly, Michelin, and Titan Tires. Bring in your vehicle for an oil change and to get your wipers checked. Take advantage of their car and show gas, diesel, and off-road fuel, along with offering bulk fuel delivery. Make sure you're ready for the winter driving months with a trip to Great Western Tire, located in Colby.
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with the knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSBKS.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers!
At Axis Seed Red Barn, we're committed to dialing in the data for your farming success. Our corn hybrids offer exceptional drought tolerance and impressive ear flex, ensuring a profitable harvest. Proudly local, yet backed by a national brand, we deliver top-tier seeds with a personal touch. And as always, we're here to support our community, cheering on the Beavers. Axis Seed, where data meets dedication.
Hello, I'm Jamie Rumford, the Superintendent of the Scott County School District in Western Kansas. We are a rural community with a strong agricultural foundation and outstanding business, medical, and government sectors to support it. District enrollment hovers just below the 1,000 student mark, and many of our students achieve high academic success and showcase amazing talent in the classroom, performances, competition, and the application of knowledge. Included in this is the Beaver Broadcast Network, our audiovisual class responsible for creating this video. My tenure in Scott City has gone from inheriting and recovering from a major budget crisis where jobs and salaries were cut to creating a strategic plan with a future focus that has led us to success. Over the past 10 years, our plan led us to add 14 staff positions increase staff salaries by an average of 4% each year, and maintain cash balances to protect any budget downfall that may arise. Our facilities have improved from being nearly condemned to extraordinary. In 2017, we passed a $25 million bond election to improve safety, space, and efficiency. In 2023, we completed a $1.3 million turf project with 100% local donations. And we have upgraded HVAC systems and roofs, student and staff furniture, technology, and our transportation fleet along the way. Our community is extremely proud of the facilities we offer the students of our district. Taking care of these issues has allowed us to focus upon and enhance our main priority, the education of our students. Our strategic plan clearly defines our purpose as a school district into two essential functions, future and health. And we run all decisions we make for the sake of our students through these functions. Updating curriculum and investing in professional development has resulted in a 93% graduation rate and a 60% post-secondary effective rate. This exceeds our confidence range.
Back here to the Scott Community Event Center here for Beaver basketball tonight. Adam Kadavy with you, and once again your studio engineer back at the Mix 94.5 studios is Melody Toscano. So once again, getting ready for a pretty big GWAC doubleheader here tonight, featuring the Scott City Beavers and the Colby Eagles. Other games tonight in the GWAC, you get Holcomb hosting Ulysses. Also, Goodland hosting Syracuse out of league play, and Cimarron, and also Hugoton playing down in Hugoton. Of course, all the games moved from Tuesday night to tonight to accommodate all the travelers, and also a little bit better to travel tonight than it is going to be tomorrow night, as it's supposed to be just downright frigid out there. So hopefully you stay warm and stay safe if you have to go out and about the next couple of days. This has been a series on the girls' side that's, for a while, it was dominated by Scott City for about 3 or 4 years in a row there, but Colby swung the pendulum back their way. Lady Eagles have won 9 of the last 10 in this series, and since 1980, it's been all one-sided for Colby, 62-18, and including the 48-42 victory for the Lady Eagles over Scott City back on the 17th of January. Last win for Scott City in this series came right in this building 3 years ago, right before Christmas break on the 17th of December. They hung on 42-38. So we'll see if Scott City can snap their 7-game losing streak against the Lady Eagles tonight. That would be big here in front, or here at home, and opportunity for Scott City as well to kind of keep that home first-round sub-state game. They'll play in 10 days from today in the first-round sub-state. Right now, Colby pretty much controls their own destiny of getting the number 1 overall seed in the Scott City region, I guess you could say. It's not really a sub-state, it's a region, but there's 2 sub-states of 8. Southwestern Heights has a 1/2 game lead on Holcomb. They're 15-4. Holcomb is at 14-4. Southwestern Heights wraps up their season. I don't know for sure if they move their game to tonight from tomorrow night, but that's their last game of the regular season. Holcomb 14-4. As I mentioned, they have Ulysses tonight, and then they also play later on this week on Friday, and that's the end of their regular season for Holcomb. Ellsworth is 12-5. They'll have 2 games this week. They'll have 1 next week that does not count toward their standings. Goodland at 12-6. They have Syracuse tonight. They're out of league play, and then they have a game on Friday night. They go down. Trying to remember where they play on Friday night, but they have 1 more game left as well. But Beloit is 9-8. They have 2 more games that'll count toward their sub-state standings. Larned is 9-8 as well. Scott City would have a tiebreaker over Larned. Larned does not have a game that will count toward their sub-state standings. That's next week against Smoky Valley. Russell is 10-9. They may have 21 games that'll count toward their record. Lakin is at 8-9. They're playing tonight. Norton is at 8-11. Cimarron at 7-11. Hoisington 6-11. Kingman at 5-12. Lions at 2-15. They have a game tonight, tomorrow night, and also Friday. They're trying to make up a lot of games. And also Nickerson is at 1-17. So right now, as it stands, Scott City sitting in the number 6 spot. Colby standing in the number 1 spot. And so it'll be interesting if Scott City can hang on, if they can win at least 2 of their next 3 games to hang on to a first-round home sub-state game. Let's hope that they can continue to do that and stay in that 6-7 category at least, and be set up pretty good here for maybe a little bit of a run in the postseason. But Colby in front of them, they have had a really good season under Coach Yancey Walker, 16-2, one of the best seasons in a long time, and long time there in Colby. And Coach Walker's got a very veteran group in his fourth season, and a lot of these seniors have been playing since they were freshmen, starting since they were freshmen, including Elizabeth Barton, who had 21 points last meeting against Scott City. They had 14, or she had 14 against Cimarron on Friday night. Also, they've really relied a lot on Logan Nolan, also Allie Flanagan, Brent Stanley, and Shayla Holzmeister. Top 5 pretty good. They'll bring Sadie Cheney off the bench. They'll go 6-7 deep there off the bench. Scott City, all 9 players scored at least 2 points last Tuesday at Larned, and a lot of them had to play quite a few minutes in a 55-42 win. A lot of foul trouble in the first half, particularly. Post players got into foul trouble. Piper Fox ended up fouling out early in the fourth quarter, but Scott City ended up doing enough in the end and pulling away and going 27 of 37 at the free throw line, 27 of 55 points without a three-point make the entire night. And they were able to do that. And Kendall Gentry was a big part of that. The team high and season high 15 points. And Avery Lewis had 10 points as well on that night against Larned last Tuesday. And a team that was bigger than Scott City. But the Lady Beavers prevailed in that one, 55-42, and a good win. Larned 2 nights later went up to Ellsworth and knocked off the Lady Bearcats, who were a little bit above the Lady Beavers in the sub-state standings. So that was a good sight to see. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back with your starters, keys of the game, and the tip-off. This is Beaver basketball.
Our national anthem.
Ruiz, go to the kids' choir. I can play with it. We did it.
Security State Bank in Scott City and Leota here as we're getting ready to go here for Scott City and the Colby Eagles here on the girls' side. For Colby, Yancey Walker in his fourth season, assisted by Mary Beth Flanagan and Ray Nolan. Logan Nolan, who is signed with Colby for basketball. She's a 5'3" senior, had 2 points on Friday night and 5 in the last meeting between the two teams. Shaylee Holzmeister, she's a 5'8" junior, had 9 points on Friday night and had 7 last time around against Scott City. The 5'7" senior, Allie Flanagan, she had 6 points against Scott City in the first meeting. Elizabeth Barton, a 5'6" senior, hit the 1,000-point mark this year, and she has been a big factor for Colby over the last 4 years. 21 points in the last meeting. She had 14 against the Lady Blue Jays on Friday night at Cimarron, and Brent Stanley, the 5'10" senior, had a 12-point performance against Cimarron on Friday night. Logan Nolan, Shaylee Holzmeister, Allie Flanagan, Elizabeth Barton, and Brent Stanley for the 16-2 Colby Lady Eagles, ranked number 4 in Class 3A. On the other side, the Lady Beavers of Scott City, coached by Justin Froh in his first season. Scott City matching their win total through the regular season from a year ago. Assisted by Tricia Goodamack Fox, it's Kendall Gentry, the 5'5" senior, averages 5.6 points, 2.7 boards a game. Piper Fox, a 5'11" junior, and 8.5 points and 5.2 rebounds Chris Irvin, she is a 5'5 junior at 4 points and nearly 3 rebounds a contest. Avery Lewis, a 5'9 senior at 8.6 points and 3.4 rebounds. And Megan Trout, she's a 5'10 senior at 8.3 points and 5.8 boards a game. Kendall Gentry, Piper Fox, Chris Irvin, Avery Lewis, and Megan Trout for Scott City. Those are your starting lineups. Keys of the game presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout. The big key tonight for the Lady Beavers, I think you have to attack it inside. Second key, limit the penetration that Barton does get in the paint. She does a good job of getting downhill in a hurry. Those are your keys of the game. Lady Beavers tonight wearing the home white uniforms with the navy blue numbers and letters and lighter blue trim. Colby in those road orange tops and shorts. Also the black numbers with the white trim. Bryn Stanley, Piper Fox the tip, and it's going to be won by Colby as they move from right to left here. So we're underway as Scott City opens up in the man-to-man defense. Logan Nolan up top. She'll be guarded by Kendall Gentry now at the left elbow. Goes to Bryn Stanley. And now a screen. Here's Barton for three. Rims off. And the rebound tracked down by Megan Trout. So good defensive start here for Scott City. Did not have a lead against Colby in that entire ball game up in Colby. Now Piper Fox tried to drive left side. She's cut off. Avery Lewis now up top for a straightaway three. That one's short. Was on target. Both teams missing on their opening threes. Bryn Stanley, both posts, also the rebound. Nice dump underneath. Here's Holzmeister off the glass on the left side. And Colby leads at 2-0, 40 seconds into the game. So Scott City down early on, 2-0. Here's Chris Irvin now to Megan Trout out high. 50 seconds into the first quarter. Uses upper dribble to Trout. Now throws it up top. It ends up in the hands of Kendall Gentry. Left side to Piper Fox. Corner to Avery Lewis. It's 15 to shoot. 1 minute of the ball game. Lewis gets bumped. Now right corner. Kendall Gentry. Oh, she stepped out of bounds on a little bit of a high toss, and that'll be turnover number 1 on Scott City. For its first time in a couple weeks, Scott City's had the shot clock, or I guess really in 10 days. Didn't have it at Larned last Tuesday, but here we are. 6:50 to work opening frame. 2-0 Colby with the lead in the basketball. Stanley off a screen. Here's Nolan up top for three. Bounces off, and the rebound picked up by Shaylee Holzmeister. And Colby with another chance, and they missed the three as well. Tipped around, and Logan Nolan has it. So a couple of threes missed here, and Colby with another opportunity here. Couple of offensive boards here with 6:28 to go first quarter. They have the 2-0 lead, 20 to shoot. Barton goes left side over Logan Nolan. Now to Bryn Stanley, holds it at the foul line. Will back up top, and a screen is a three, too strong for Flanagan. Tipped around, and this time it's corralled by Scott City's Chris Irvin and a whistle, and she is going to be calling for a double dribble, says Alex Howard, and that'll be Scott City's second straight turnover. Officials here, Alex Howard, Wyatt Doddle, and Michaela Bierman. With 6:12 to go here in the first quarter. So Colby keeps the ball. It feels like it's been on their end for a while here. They lead at 2-0. And it goes to Flanagan. Nice dump underneath the Stanley, and it's 4-0. So Colby making Scott City pay with 6:05 to go first quarter, and the Lady Eagles up early by 4. Into the front court, Chris Irvin, now guarded by Nolan, goes to her left, uses upper dribble, passes it right to Kendall Gentry. Gentry holds it, looking for a cutter, finds Avery Lewis down the lane, lays it up, can't get it to drop in, but she'll have 2 free throws and a nice cut to the basket by Lewis. First team foul on Colby. First foul of the ball game as well. That is going to be charged Shaylee Holzmeister. Lewis, an 80% free throw shooter. Scott City had their share of practice at the foul line last week at Larned. As Lewis's free throw crawls in, makes it 4-1, 5:51 to go here in the first quarter. As a team, Scott City was 27 of 37 at Larned, and it's now 4-2 as Lewis hits them both. She's now 42 of 52 on the year. As a team, the Lady Beavers 67% entering tonight. The deficit cut in half, 5:40 to go first period. Stanley with it at the foul line, goes to her left and hands it off to Nolan, who will drive to her right wing to Elizabeth Barton. Now back to Stanley at the foul line. She'll just take the right elbow jumper, leaves it short, ball deflected. Oh, they're going to get a hack underneath on Kendall Gentry, and that'll be her first and Scott City's first team foul yet. Scott City, or we'll see Colby have it on their end of the court again, and haven't had a one and done for a while here on the Colby end with 5:32. They'll get a new 35 on the shot clock into Barton. She'll go up high off the glass, and she'll head to the line, and quick 2 fouls on Scott City. That foul charge to Megan Trout first, and Barton, who is a really good free throw shooter, checks in. At 1,000 points, I believe in the orange and black. Free throw good. And Colby now with the 5-2 lead. Scott City hasn't been able to get a defensive stop the last couple trips down. They've turned the ball over a couple of times. That has hurt them as well. As Coach Yancey Walker sends a sub to check in, and Barton makes it 6-2 as she hits both free throws. In will be Sadie Cheney. She is a 5'10 junior. She'll replace Shaylee Holzmeister. She's really kind of one of the main ones that comes first one off the bench mainly for Colby, and may go one or two more deep in their bench. 5:20 work, nice cut. Here's Piper Fox, the right block, trying to get around Cheney. Wrapper and pass deflected, and it's going to be ripped away by Trout as she gets undercut. Boy, they're letting them really play underneath. We're going to get a tie-up. It'll be Scott City basketball with 5:13 to go first quarter. A lot of bodies hitting the floor there. You had Stanley on the floor. You had Trout on the floor, and it ends up being a tie-up, and Scott City saves the possession with 18 to shoot. Lewis to trigger it in. Couldn't quite get into Trout. Now gets it left corner to Kendall Gentry. Gentry will weave her way through out high to Piper Fox. Nice cut. Lewis right side. Shot over Barton. Too strong. The rebound backside goes to Allie Flanagan. So far, it's been Lewis that has attempted all the shots for Scott City. She's 0 for 2 and 2 of 2 at the foul line. 6-2 Colby lead. 4:55 to work. Here's Logan Nolan. Goes right wing to Sadie Cheney. Guarded out high by Fox. Tight defense. Now back bounce pass to Stanley. Holds it. Two Lady Beavers a check in next dead ball. Now a screen for Nolan. Drives to the right side. Now back up top to Nolan. Quickly guarded by Irvin. 10 to shoot. With it here as Nolan gets a screen. Goes to her left. Now she'll drive in. Kicks it. Flanagan wide open. Left corner three. Good. Right as the shot clock horn sounded, Flanagan makes it 9-2 with 4:26 to go first quarter. As Colby hits their first three of the night in their 5 attempts. They are 3 of 8 from the field in the first quarter and 2 of 2 at the line, and have a 9-2 lead as we approach the midway mark. Bounce pass goes to Piper Fox underneath, trying to get it to Lewis or to Trout, and it's a third turnover and 4 possessions for Scott City here at the midway mark of the first quarter. So only one player is shot, and that's been Lewis. She has 2 shot attempts and 2 free throws, and Elizabeth Barton takes it strong to the rack left side, and the layup makes it 11-2. Colby with the last 7 of the ball game, 3:50 to go first quarter. And Barton with 4 points this evening. Here's Lewis back up top. They'll work it around left side. Irvin holds it out high, guarded by Barton. She'll drive in. This should underneath the Lewis. Catches it, goes up, leaves it short. Little contact, and tipped into the hands of Logan Nolan for Colby. Boy, Scott City still with Lewis, the only one that has attempted any shots. Lady Beavers nearly 4.5 minutes into this ball game without a field goal, 0 of 3, but they also have 3 turnovers. That has really been their Achilles heel here in this first quarter. And Colby also with 3 offensive rebounds. That's been big as well. 18 to shoot. Stanley, nice cut. Barton splits the defenders and scores it. She has 6. It's a 9-0 run for Colby. Timeout for Scott City with 3:13 to go first quarter. So Elizabeth Martin with the basket, and Justin Froh has seen enough. He'll call a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here with 3:13 to go first quarter. Basketball presented here by Winterland Farms, Wilkins Physical Therapy, White's Food Line, Wheatland Electric, Western State Bank, Western Kansas Insurance Service, Vogelmore Family Farms, Turner Sheet Metal, Trophy Wine and Spirits, the Sullivan Foundation, Stevens Veterinary Services, State Farm Insurance, Spencer Pest Control, and Specialty Risk Insurance Agency. Colby has hit their last couple shots from the field. Last 4 have belonged to Elizabeth Barton. She now has 6. But Colby on a 9-0 run over the last 2 minutes to lead 13-2. And Scott City with 3:13 to go first quarter, yet without a field goal here tonight. They've had 3 turnovers, and they're 0-3 from the floor, but only have had 1 player attempt this shot, and that's been Avery Lewis. She'll inbound it in. Is in for the first time is Mackenzie Metzger, the 5'6 senior, and Kaylee Felker, the 5'6 junior, in for the first time. We approach the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Scott City down 11 early on. Metzger goes right side to Kendall Gentry. Up top to Lewis, turns down the 3. Now right side to Kendall Gentry. She'll launch a 3. Too strong. Scott City has not had a 3 since the Ulysses game, and the rebound, here's Barton with it. And underneath, here's Barton, layup too strong. Trout with her second board. Scott City's trying to get their first points tonight by the field goal with 2:40 to go, and they're going to turn it over for the 4th time. There's going to be a tie-up. Colby, part of it too today, you know, Scott City did not have school. It was in-service day for the faculty and staff. Colby had school. You got a little bit of rhythm there, you know, or routine, I guess I should say. Colby had school. Scott City didn't. They did have a shoot-around today. Now Nolan steps back from 17, crawls off. Kendall Gentry can get the rebound. Last touch by Sadie Cheney, it's going to belong to the Lady Beavers. Scott City still without a field goal. 0 of 4 from the floor. 2 of 2 at the line, trailing 13-2. Scoreless over the last 3.5 minutes as we approach 2 minutes to go first quarter. Avery Lewis with it, gets the screen, goes to the left side, to the right corner. It's Kendall Gentry. Misses on a 3, too strong. Last touch by they're going to say last touch by Logan Nolan. It'll belong to Colby. New 35, Katie Weathers. Peyton Gentry in for the first time. Scott City's 0 of 3 on 3, 0 of 5 from the field in the first quarter, trailing by 11. 2 minutes to go first quarter. Colby starting to heat up. They've hit 4 of their last 5 shots. Driving in, here's Peyton Gentry, runner. That one will crawl in. That's good aggressiveness there. First 2 for Peyton Gentry. 13-4, 2 minutes to go first quarter. And that's Scott City's first field goal of the night. Takes nearly 6 minutes. On the screen, nobody counts for Logan Nolan. She drives in left side. It goes to Holzmeister. In it goes to Cheney. She'll drive in on Metzger, and then we're going to get a hack high on Scott City. That'll be their third team foul. They're going to get the foul on Mackenzie Metzger for the reach in. That'll be her first. 1:45 first quarter, new 35 for Colby. They lead Scott City 13-4. Now last bucket by Scott City in a 9-0 run. Then Barton takes it into Weathers and draws the contact. She'll go back to the line. 4 fouls on Scott City this first quarter, just 1 on Colby. And Barton, who already has 6 points, is 2 of 2 from the line. Will get 2 free throws coming up here with 1:44 to go. Barton, what a first quarter for her already. 6 points. And that one decides to crawl off. Bryn Stanley returns to the lineup. She'll replace Allie Flanagan. And now Sadie Cheney will head to the block for Colby. Second charity toss coming up here for the senior. Barton nails it. She has 7. 14-4, 1:44 to go first quarter. Scott City down by 10. Hit their first field goal in their last possession here. With it out high as Metzger goes left with the pass to Peyton Gentry. Peyton up top now. Driving into Weathers. Here's Peyton Gentry for 3. She's got the hot hand off the bench. 5 in a row, including that 3. Her 5th of the year, cuts the deficit to 7 with 1:25 to go here in the first period at 14-7. So Scott City with the first 3-pointer in at least 5 quarters, and Katie Weathers almost gets a steal up high. Picked up by Cheney, flips it to Holzmeister, left corner to Nolan. Ball fake, steps back on Metzger. Final minute of this first quarter. Scott City down 7. 13 to shoot. Cheney drives in now to Stanley. Backs her way in, puts it up, and it crawls in over Kaylee Felker. 16-7. 58 seconds to go first quarter. And now Kaylee Felker with it, trying to get into Weathers. Goes to her left. Her runner is good and 1. So Scott City with the last 7 points of the game coming from the bench. And it's 16-9 with 51 seconds to go. Team foul number 2 on Colby. And that'll be the second on Shaylee Holzmeister. Allie Flanagan will check in. She'll replace Holzmeister. Weathers at the line. She had 8 points on Tuesday last week at Larned off the bench. She is a 56% free throw shooter and gets that one down. So Scott City is back to within 6 at 50 seconds to go first quarter at 16-10. With it up top here is Logan Nolan. Bounce pass to Bryn Stanley. Man-to-man still for Scott City. These teams will stay man-to-man most part. May sprinkle in a little zone. Here's Barton driving around Peyton Gentry. Now goes into Weathers. Gets it and 1. Through the contact, Barton gets it. She has 9, and it's 18-10 with 33.9 to go first quarter. That's going to be the second foul on Mackenzie Metzger. Scott City with 5 fouls in the quarter. 2 on Colby, all by the same player, and Shaylee Holzmeister. So Barton, who's 3 of 4 at the line, looking to make this back to a 9-point game, and she does. 19-10. So that washes out the Scott City 3-point play. Shot clock off. 30 seconds to go first quarter. With it is Kaylee Felker. Felker holds it. Now into Avery Lewis. Back out high to Felker. Looking to drive in now to Mackenzie Metzger. Turns down the 3, goes to the foul line. Jumper too strong. Rebound tipped out high. Metzger trying to get it, and she does. She slipped in the process, but Scott City can reset here. Just their first offensive board of the game with 10 seconds. Now Kaylee Felker trying to get into Weathers. Forces the issue in the 5th turnover. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Here's Barton. Pull-up jumper, no, and that's going to end the first quarter. But Colby with a 19-10 lead, 8 minutes into the books here in Scott City over the Lady Beavers. We'll come back in a minute for the second period of play. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Is it time to update your home with the latest trends? Come on in to Giftologist in Scott City. Giftologist can help you upgrade your space and decor that spans the changing seasons. We also have a great line of today's trends in jewelry, cookware, candles, Ashley signature.
I'm driving, but someone texted me. I'll make it quick. Replying to this will only take a second. This can't wait.
According to National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, in a year, there are over 1.6 million car accidents involved with cell phones. Around 3,000 people die a year, not including the pedestrians and cyclists that are injured or killed in the accidents. Are you willing to leave your child without a fatherly or motherly figure? Don't text and drive.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
Leaves the runner short in the paint, and the rebound corralled there by Allie Flanagan, who collects her second board. They've out-rebounded Scott City 7-4 in this first half. Colby has. Scott City was 3 of 3 at the line. Colby was 4 of 5. Nice dish underneath. Stanley misses it, loose in the paint, and collected by Piper Fox, her first rebound of the night. 7:20 to go first half. The Lady Beavers had it to within 6, and then the three-point play by Barton made it a 9-point game. Ball poked away, and Scott City has turnover number 6. As it's now a nice pass to Barton. She'll go up, and she is fouled as she almost goes into the support there. Almost getting the assist was Logan Nolan. Team foul number 1 on Scott City. They're going to get that on Kendall Gentry. That's her second. So the foul trouble continues for Scott City. They're saying it's just a foul on the floor, and now Avery Lewis will check in for Kendall, who checks out with 2 fouls. Nope. Yep, it will be Kendall out. Leading the way for Scott City was Peyton Gentry off the bench with 5. She's just 2 off of a career high. Elizabeth Barton had 10 points for Colby. First minute of the second quarter, 19-10 lead for the Lady Eagles with the basketball. Stanley hands it off to Nolan. Wanted to shoot the 3, but fumbled it, but she picked it up. Now back to the foul line to Stanley. Looking for a cutter in, backdoor underneath. Here's Flanagan, goes up over Irvin, banks it home. She has 5, and it's 21-10, matching Colby's largest lead with 6:48 to go first half, and a well-executed offensive possession for the Lady Eagles. Peyton Gentry with it out high, goes right side to Avery Lewis. Lewis with it. Spins, goes to her right, now backing her way in, goes to her left, now to Megan Trout. Looks to drive right side. She was scoreless in the last meeting between the two teams. Now Lewis wanted to shoot the 3, and now with it here is Megan Trout. Tough shot, no, but the follow no, and getting pushed that time was Peyton Gentry. As she has asserted herself in this lineup in the first half. Logan Nolan with the push in the back, her first. Team foul number 1 on Colby this quarter. Peyton Gentry at the line, 60% on the year. And that one will rim off. Scott City now 3 of 4 at the line. Trailing 21-10, 6:25 to go first half. Second free throw for Peyton hits 1 out of 2. She has 6, and it's 21-11. She's Scott City's leading scorer right now here in this first half. Elizabeth Barton with it. Colby is a team. They're 6-0 on the road this year, and nice give and go to Stanley, who has a half a dozen. She's been big for them over the last few games as they build their lead to 23-11 with 6:05 to go first half. And now Piper Fox right baseline. Underneath Avery Lewis, she is hacked going up. That'll be by Elizabeth Barton, her first, Colby's second team foul. 6:02 first half, and Lewis back to the line. She'll shoot 2 free throws. That's where she has her first couple points of the night. At 16 in the last meeting against the Lady Eagles on the 17th of January. Makes it 23-12 right there. 6:02 to go first half. But Colby continuing their solid ways on the other end here. They've hit their first 2 shots of the quarter, and now Lewis with 4 makes it a 10-point game. 5:55 to go first half. 23-13. Colby the lead in the basketball. Stanley with it. Now to Nolan up top, gets a screen, fires a straightaway triple, too strong, long rebound. Here's Avery Lewis. She'll slow down just a tidbit, and now take it across the 10-second line, left to right. Has it up top, trying to feed it into Trout. Now out high to Trout outside the arc. She'll drive in, right lane line. Her layup leaves it short. Rebound Stanley. Boxes out Trout for her second board of the night. Good move by Trout, but couldn't get it to drop in. 5:25 to go second quarter. Scott City down 10. Colby with the basketball. Stanley dribbling in that arc. Now up top it'll go here to Sadie Cheney, now to Logan Nolan. A lot on the line here for both teams. Scott City trying to stay positioned to have a home first-round sub-state game. Colby can win the league outright tonight and secure the number 1 overall spot in this region with a win tonight. Now driving in, here's Barton. A tough shot off the glass. She has a dozen. And that's the difference in the game. 25-13, 4:55 to go here first half. Scott City really hasn't been able to get on any type of run here tonight. And that was kind of true in the last meeting. Scott City couldn't get more than 4 in a row. They haven't been able to get more than 3 in a row here in this first half against Colby. Avery Lewis, wild shot, no. Rebound ripped away by Trout. She'll be hacked, and she'll get 2 free throws on the other, or underneath there for Scott City after her second rebound. Third offensive rebound for Scott City, and the third Colby foul of the quarter. They're going to get that on Sadie Cheney, her first. Trout at the line, 58%. Scott City's been there enough here in this first half. That one is short. As I mentioned, Trout was scoreless in the first meeting against Colby 31 days ago. Kaylee Felker, Mackenzie Metzger, and Piper Fox, Peyton Gentry exit. Second free throw. Trout is on the board. And it's going to be Katie Weathers for her. With 4:34 to go first half, 25-14 for Colby. Lady Beavers here in this first half. They've already, in the second quarter, all their points have come at the foul line, where they're 4 of 6 in the quarter and 7 of 9 for the half. It's been a 6-4 Colby run. All their points for Colby have come from the field in this period as we're near the midway mark. 10 to shoot up top with it. Flanagan goes right to Barton, back up top to Flanagan. Off the screen, here's Nolan right wing with 6 to shoot. Back to Flanagan with 5. Now high. Cheney will try a 3. A little strong on that one. The rebound saved that time by Bryn Stanley, and Colby with another crack at it. And Burton can't get that one to go, but got her own rebound. That one, no. And Kaylee Felker on the backside with a rebound for the Lady Beavers. Boy, Scott City dodging a couple bullets there with 3:45. Lewis right side. Here's Weathers. Pull up. No. On rebound to Allie Flanagan had a nice look. Did Weathers just couldn't get the drop in. 3:35 to go first half. Underneath, knocked out. Good defensive play by Weathers as they try to feed it into the block to Bryn Stanley. Stanley only had 3 points in the first meeting against Scott City. She had 12 against Cimarron on Friday night. Lady Eagles to play it in with 22 to shoot. 3:29 to go second quarter. 25-14 Scott City deficit. Left corner it goes to Allie Flanagan. Flanagan with it up top to Logan Nolan. Nolan guarded by Irvin. Now they go to Holzmeister. She's out there with 2 fouls. Scott City in a 2-3 zone, 10 to shoot. Now lobs it right baseline. Bounce pass in the paint to Stanley. To Nolan up top to Flanagan. Left side to Barton with 5 to shoot with 4. With 3 out high to low. Logan Nolan with 2-1. She'll launch a 3. And she'll bury it as the shot clock expired. Scott City played 34 seconds of good defense. McColby gets the 3 to go up 28-14. Mackenzie Metzger, an answer back. 3, yes. Scott City's second 3. That is her 13th of the year. 28-17, 2:50 to go first half. And we have a timeout on the floor taken by Scott City. So Scott City answers with a 3 to pull in it to within 11 back in a minute. Here in the second quarter, this is Scott City basketball.
Buy one iPhone 16 Pro Max and get one on Next Tech Wireless. iPhone 16 Pro Max is
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 card trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
So the 3 of the 4 games that I've been able to see, the road team is leading in the league after the first quarter. Syracuse leads at Goodland 12-8. Cimarron leading Hugoton, I think it was 12-9 after the first quarter here. It's 28-17 late first half out of the Scott City timeout. Colby up by 11 once again, 28-17. Scott City rotating their deep 2-3 zone ball deflected. Colby without a turnover here tonight, and it will still stay Lady Eagle basketball. Good defense that time as Lady Beavers able to kind of deny Bren Stanley the basketball, but she'll inbound it with 17 to shoot for Colby. They've had the lead the entire night. Inbound in. Barton almost tied up. She'll drive around. Metzger puts it up. No. Rebound. Katie Weathers grabs it for the Lady Beavers. Good rebound that time off the Barton miss. Scott City with an opportunity to get back-to-back possessions with basket. 2:20 to go second quarter. Now bounce pass to Katie Weathers. Goes to right. Now goes to left. Her tough layup is good. She line drives it home. She has 5, and it's 28-19 with 2:11 to go first half. So Scott City with now 5 in a row, their longest run of the night. They're back to within single digits. And Katie Weathers almost gets the turnover forced. And overplay. Now right side. Barton will drive the right baseline, and she draws the foul on Kaylee Felker. That is her first. Just the second foul on Scott City in the quarter with 1:57 to go before intermission. 3 Scott City players to check in. Piper Fox, Megan Trout, Kendall Gentry. That'll be Katie Weathers, Chris Irvin, and also Kaylee Felker. Also in for Colby there. You have Flanagan, and now in for the first time is Emily Flanagan. She is a 5'4" sophomore. And pass is thrown away. That's Colby's first turnover. Took him 14 minutes without a turnover here. 1:50 to go first half. Lewis with it up top to Kendall Gentry. In it goes to Fox. Goes to her left, and she draws the foul. The final foul to give of the half for Colby with 1:46 to go. I believe they're going to get that on the sophomore Flanagan. Yep, it is Emily Flanagan, her sophomore, her first. Inbound into Trout. Now up top to Gentry. Holds it now. She'll try to drive around Nolan. Stops inside the three-point arc to Mackenzie Metzger. Drained it 3 moments ago. Scott City has bulk of their points from the bench here in this first half. 1:30 to go, 20 to shoot. Kendall Gentry drives in. She gets tied up, driving in, and it'll be a turnover number 7 on Scott City. Thanks. 14 of Scott City's 19 points have come from the bench in the first half. The other 5 have come on free throws. 4 by Lewis and 1 by Trout. 1:15 to go second quarter. Out high with it is Logan Nolan. Scott City has scored the last 5 of the ball game, down 28-19. The block to Stanley, and then throws it away. Back-to-back Colby turnovers. Scott City needs to start cashing in on these miscues. 1 minute to go second quarter, right side. Here's Mackenzie Metzger, goes to her left. Up top to Kendall Gentry, looking to feed it in. She'll drive left side instead. Now spins to right, wrap around to Metzger. 20 to shoot. She tried to get into Trout, but couldn't. Now up top to Avery Lewis. They're trying to get it into Trout, the foul line. A screen right side to Metzger. Loses it, picks it back up, now flips it to Fox, and she travels with it. Turnover number 8 with 43.7 to go. Right idea, just got a little too excited and sped up. Sadie Cheney, Elizabeth Barton back in. Now it will be Bryn Stanley and Emily Flanagan. Colby with the ball, 8-second differential game clock and shot clock. 28-19 your score. 40 seconds to work, second period of play. Logan Nolan up top to Allie Flanagan. Back it goes to Holzmeister. Flanagan right side to Nolan. Nolan back up top to Flanagan. They play the weave. Nice cut to the basket. Stripped out of there by Gentry. She couldn't find the basketball as it went out of bounds off her leg with 18 to shoot and 25 on the game clock. It's still Colby Eagle basketball. But good defensive play by the senior Gentry. Lob it into Holzmeister. Almost got tried out of position. She'll miss the shot badly. And we're going to get a tie-up in the paint. 2 Lady Beavers, 1 Lady Eagle fighting for it. It's going to be Scott City's basketball. Shot clock off with 21 seconds. This is an opportunity for Scott City to kind of, they need to milk the clock here, go for the final shot, make the shot, get a little momentum heading in the locker room, and end on a 7-0 run. 15 seconds to work first half. Right corner to Kendall Gentry, trying to get Lewis. The pass is thrown away, and too late of a pass, and another turnover. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Nolan with a 5, with 4, and Piper Fox with the steal. She has it. Here's Kendall Gentry, half-court line drive shot. Hits the lower right corner of the backboard, and that's the end of your first half. 28-19 as both teams score 9 second quarter points out of all that. It's Colby by 9 at the break, 28-19. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we're going to have an interview, part of National FFA Week. We'll have that next here on Mix 94.5 and the Beaver Broadcasting Network.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. Visit us online at scottcf.org.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We're more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
At Red Barn Enterprises, we offer a full range of products to boost your farming success. As your locally owned Axis Seed regional company, we offer products to support the health and productivity of your crop. With a wide selection from BW Fusion, Meristem Crop Performance, and Pivot Bio, we have everything you need to protect your crop from abiotic stresses and feed it for top yields. Proudly supporting the Beavers, Red Barn Enterprises is your local partner committed to your crops and community. At Red Barn Enterprises, we're bringing you BW Fusion products to help your crops stress less and yield more. Discover the benefits of Amino, Relax RX, Full Sun, and BioBoost, each designed to enhance plant health and maximize yield. Proudly supporting Scott County Athletics, Red Barn Enterprises is your partner for a more resilient and productive future. Choose BW Fusion from Red Barn Enterprises today.
FFA Week.
I'm here with the FFA president for Scott Community High School FFA chapter, and Cameron Meyer, Jr. at Scott City. And thanks again for joining me here. It is part of National FFA Week, and I know it's a busy week for you guys, just one of the busy weeks throughout the year. And what's it like being an FFA member in Scott City?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Adam. Well, being an FFA member is something that's really important to me and something that I've been a part of for the last 3 years. So National FFA Week is really important to me to help spread the word to maybe younger kids or even kids in my classes and above that might not understand what FFA is and understand much about it. And so it's really important. It does take up a lot of my time, and I am pretty busy, but I like to keep busy, so it keeps me on my toes.
Awesome. And, you know, FFA is not technically for the farm kids. It can be kids in town as well.
Yeah, I think it's really important that we educate people on, just what FFA is, because there's so many different things you can do in it. I mean, there's different contests like entomology, which has to do stuff with bugs. There's horticulture and floriculture, which is like plants and crops. There's livestock judging. I mean, just so many things. If you like welding, we have that. I just went to a speech contest not that long ago. So there's really something for everyone, regardless of your background. If you like sports, if you like agriculture, anything, there's a place for you here.
What's been some of your favorite activities in FFA to be a part of?
So my favorite contest is probably livestock judging, just because that's kind of my background and, what I really like to do. And I do that outside of FFA even then. But I've also really liked horse judging this year. And this year was also my first year competing in a speech contest. So I went to the extemporaneous speech contest and I placed third. So I qualified for state my first time. So that's pretty exciting and kind of opened a new door to me to stuff I like to talk about.
It's really fun is when you guys do qualify for state, you get to go to Manhattan.
Yes, I haven't been before. Last year I only went for state CDEs. I didn't actually get to go to the state convention, so that's something I'm really looking forward to this year. Walking around and just seeing everything that's there and competing with the team. I think we're also going for ag communications, so I think that'll be pretty fun to get to spend a week in there. And we don't just do FFA stuff, so it's nice to just get to walk around Manhattan and do fun things like that.
Absolutely here. And what are some of the things that you see that maybe people don't realize that the Scott City FFA chapter does? What do you guys do kind of outside of or in the community, I should say?
So I think recently we've done a lot of like hamburger feeds and stuff, which obviously people can see and donate to and everything like that. But I think people just don't understand all the work essentially that goes in FFA. For our February meeting, we were planning to do a donation to the bread basket or something like that, little community service acts, or we have talked about, going to the nursing home, visiting people like that. In our POA, we also have different activities, like we've cleaned up for the community or things like that. Actually, for FFA week on Monday, we're going to serve breakfast to the teachers, and so that's something I'm really excited for. And then another day of the week, we're going to go to the elementary school and read books to the kids. So really just a lot of community involvement that maybe sometimes doesn't get recognized, but we're starting to up that too.
What's been, in your 3 years of FFA, what's been probably the biggest takeaway? What is something that's really helped you out that you think will help you out and maybe other members out in the future?
I think FFA has really just helped show me that, everyone has a different path that they're going to take in life. And regardless of if you want to go into anything with sports, or if you like musical things, or if you're involved in agriculture, it's all important and there's a place for everyone. And so I think I kind of felt a little left out and stuff when I didn't like sports like all my friends and everything, but I've really just came to realize through FFA and through similar organizations that there's so many people out there like me. I've made so many friends and met so many new people, and so it's just really opened doors to me to follow what I truly like and my passions.
Well, I can tell you definitely really enjoy FFA, you being the president of the chapter, and this is your second year as an officer?
Yes, this will be my second year. Last year I was the vice president.
So moved up pretty quickly there, but anything else you'd like to add about the chapter or some things, activities involving Scott City FFA?
Well, I would just encourage younger students, and even students that might not be younger, as long as you're still in high school, to continue to push for FFA and to hopefully join. Chapter enrollment will start, next year in August, but you can always look into what we're doing right now just to get an eye-opening on what you like. We have a great officer team this year, so if you would come and talk to any of us, we'd be welcome to tell you about all FFA has to offer, and adding in our personal experiences just to show you, everything that you can come to be involved in. And, I would just encourage everyone to enjoy, because you can be just as involved as you would like, or just as involved and, only do minimal stuff. And so I think it's just another, activity you can join in. Regardless of anything, you'll have a good time.
Excellent. And your advisors are once again this year?
They're Nick Noterman and Sarah Miles-Ratzlaff.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Cameron. It's always good to hear about FFA, and enjoy the rest of this FFA week.
Thank you.
All right, once again, comments there from Cameron Meyer, president of Scott City FFA chapter. Let's take a 1-minute break. We'll come back with first half stats and more. Lady Beavers trailing Colby at the break, 28-19. Back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
If your furnace is not working.
Are you willing to die for nicotine? In a world where vaping has become popular, traces of metals like arsenic, lead, and nickel have all been found within vapes. According to Hopkins Medicine, vaping can cause irritation and swelling in your lungs, leading to possible lung disease and higher risk of heart attacks. So far, there have been 68 vaping-related deaths this year, and those numbers are only going to rise. Do you want to be next? Learn the truth about vaping at thetruth.com.
Right now at Lot Motors in Dodge City. Now is the perfect time to purchase a 2025 Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram truck. Shop in-store or shop online at lotmotors.net and take advantage of great...
We believe investing in our community is how we make a lasting impact. It's about more than just providing wireless services. We believe in rolling up our sleeves and working side by side with local organizations. Whether you're sharing cherished moments, staying updated on trends, or exploring your surroundings, we're there to keep you connected. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
The event. 19, take a look at the first half scoring. First for the Colby Lady Eagles, they were led by Elizabeth Barton's 12 points. She had 10 of those in the first quarter. 6 for Bren Stanley, 3 for Logan Nolan, 5 for Allie Flanagan, and also 2 for Shaylee Holzmeister. Colby shot 42% in that first half. And they were 11 of 26, 2 of 8 on threes, 9 of 18 on twos, and 4 of 5 at the line. They had 3 turnovers, 5 fouls, 4 steals, and 12 rebounds. They have out-rebounded Scott City 12-9 in the first half. They had 6 defensive, but the Lady Beavers had 9 turnovers in that first half, 3 steals, 7 fouls. They were led in scoring. Peyton Gentry with 6, Katie Weathers with 5, Avery Lewis with 4, 3 for Mackenzie Metzger and 1 for Megan Trout. Lady Beavers 31% at the line or from the field, in the first half. At 5 of 16, 2 of 5 on threes, 3 of 11 on twos, and 7 of 9 at the charity line. Foul trouble for both teams. Scott City with Kendall Gentry and Mackenzie Metzger each with 2. Shaylee Holzmeister with 2 for Colby. Third quarter officially underway. Lady Eagle basketball. They have Allie Flanagan, Logan Nolan, and also Shaylee Holzmeister, Brent Stanley. Underneath it goes to Holzmeister. Ball deflected out of bounds. Also Elizabeth Barton. Scott City with their regular 5. Kendall Gentry, Piper Fox, Megan Trout, Avery Lewis, and Krista Irvin. Lob in it goes. 7:48 here in the third quarter, and then they're going to lose it out of bounds. That's their 4th turnover. Other scores so far we have in the league. Holcomb leading the Ulysses girls 29-10 at the break. It's in Holcomb. Also Cimarron on the road leading Hugoton 23-16. That's Scott City's next 2 opponents. The Lady Beavers go to Hugoton on Thursday and then host Cimarron on Friday. Piper Fox trying to drive in, gets it stripped, and it's turnover number 9. Make that number 10 on Scott City. First minute of this third quarter, 9-point Colby lead with the ball. Up top it goes to Holzmeister, left side to Allie Flanagan. Skips it over right side to Elizabeth Barton. Now back in the right corner to Nolan. Looking to drive in but cannot. Up top it'll go to Flanagan. Now left side, here's Barton, Logan Nolan. Short corner left baseline jumper. No, rebound touched last by Colby as Holzmeister and Irvin were fighting for the basketball, and it belonged to the Lady Beavers. So another chance for Scott City to cut into the deficit here a little bit. They closed out the final 2:52 of the half on a 5-0 run. Here's Kendall Gentry, the pass behind her, but right to Avery Lewis, and she goes up and she is hammered, and she'll get 2 free throws. The foul will be charged to Allie Flanagan, her first. 2 free throws for Avery Lewis. She has 4 points all at the line. And she has her 5th point there. It's 28-20. 6:56 to go here in the third quarter. Colby has gone nearly 4 minutes without a basket. They went up 28-14. And that one is true as well. Scott City 9 of 11 at the line, and they're back to within 7. They've cut the deficit in half here early third quarter. 6:50 to work, third period. Right corner it goes to Barton. Now back up top to Flanagan to Nolan. Scott City in the zone defense. Right corner it goes to Barton. Back out high. They skip it up. 18 to shoot. Flanagan now foul line to Stanley. Right side, here's Nolan, launches a 3. It's on target, off to the left of the rebound. Holzmeister goes up, and she's fouled, and she'll have 2 free throws. Team foul number 1 on Scott City in the quarter belongs to Piper Fox, her first. 2 free throws for Holzmeister. Colby 4 of 5 at the line. They did not attempt a free throw in the second quarter. They're now 5 of 6 as the junior has 6, and it's 29-21. Breaks a 7-0 Scott City run with 6:31 to go third period. So the first 3 points of the second half have been at the charity line. That one short, rebound Avery Lewis. Now an opportunity for Scott City to cut the deficit. She almost got it stolen away. Now she's trapped out high, needs help, and gets it stripped out of bounds. That belonged to the Lady Beavers with 29 to shoot, 6:25 here in the third. Scott City down 8. They have a chance to get it down to a 2-possession game. As close as they've been since the first quarter. Into Lewis right block, and she uses a little English and spins it in for 2. It's 29-23, 6:15 to go third quarter, and just like that, Scott City is on a 9-1 run over the last 4.5 minutes, and they have pulled to within 6 here at the 6-minute mark of the third period. Nolan right side to Barton. Skips it over out high to Flanagan. Now into Holzmeister. Left side back up top to Nolan. Fires an open 3 and crawls off. Rebound. Holzmeister has it knocked loose. Kendall Gentry has it for Scott City, and Lady Beavers can inch even closer here. Down by 6, 5:45 to work first quarter. This is the closest they have been since the middle of the first quarter. Lewis holds it. She has 8 for Scott City. Trying to get it into trap, but little lead pass is a little bit too far ahead. And Scott City's 11th turnover. 5.5 to go third quarter. Scott City down 6. Colby with the ball, left block to Holzmeister. Back up top to Nolan. Now up top to Flanagan. Then we're going to run right side to Barton. She'll drive the right baseline. Leans in, hits underneath the backboard. Now a fight for the rebound underneath. And we're going to get a tie-up. It'll be Scott City's ball in the possession arrow. Yancey Walker talking to White Dowdle, didn't maybe like a call there. As Mackenzie Metzger in, as is Kaylee Felker, Megan Trout, Kendall Gentry exit. Lady Beavers down 6 with the ball again. 29-23, 5:12 to go, third period. The bench has carried the points here, and Metzger trying to add to that, and she does. She gets around to the foul line, and just like that, it's a 4-point game at the 5-minute mark of the third quarter, 29-25. Colby led by 14 with under 3 minutes to go first half. They hit it 3 as the shot clock was winding down. And now Fox forces a turnover out high. Metzger takes in the front court left. Scott City can get it down to a one-possession game. Kaylee Felker will pull up from 17. It's bouncing off. Fox had the rebound. They fight for it, and then they call a holding foul. And they're going to get that on Piper Fox, her second. Felker had a good look out high, just couldn't get it to drop in. And Fox with 2 fouls on this third quarter. Team foul number 2 on Scott City. But it's 29-25. Scott City on an 11-1 run over the last 5 minutes of this ball game. Up top to Flanagan, now high to Nolan. Goes right side of the pass to Barton. Barton will drive the right baseline. Cut off, now leans in, puts up the tough shot. No, and a good backside board collected by Piper Fox. Scott City's held Barton to 2 points since the first quarter. So we're near the midway mark of the third period already. With it here, and backdoor cut to Lewis. Goes up, tough shot. Yes, and one! She got it! Oh, what a shot by Lewis. She has 10 in last 6 for Scott City. And it's 29-27 with 4:12 to go third quarter. The foul on Allie Flanagan, her second, team second of the period. So only 2 players in this game have picked up a foul in the third quarter. Fox has picked up 2 fouls, as has Flanagan. And Lewis with 6 in the period, make it 7, and it is a 1-point game, 29-28. This is the closest that Scott City has been since 4-2 early in the ball game, as we're at the midway mark of this third quarter. It is a 14-1 run for Scott City over the last 6 minutes, almost last 7 minutes. Now Nolan trying to end that run, and she buries a 3 on the right wing. She has 6 and a couple threes, 32-28, 3:50 to go first quarter. That's Colby's first field goal in 7 minutes. Peyton Gentry, who's back in the lineup, now to Kaylee Felker. Probably got away with the travel up top. Mackenzie Metzger drives the right baseline. She's trapped, but finds Felker. Now to Peyton Gentry. Drives in the run in the lane. It's wide right. Tipped out of bounds by Peyton, who tried to get a career high there and out of bounds to Colby. With 3:34 to go third period. Scott City down 4, but little life in the Lady Beavers here. They use that 14-1 run in the ball game over about a 7-minute stretch to get to within 1. Nolan now right corner to Holzmeister with 3:20 into Stanley. Back up top to Nolan. Flanagan turns down the 3. She'll drive in. Mid-range jumper left side. Banks it too strong. And Peyton Gentry crowds the board for Scott City. Lady Beavers in transition. Peyton Gentry to Kaylee Weathers. Drives left side. Cut off. Oh, that's going to be an offensive foul. She pushed with the forearm on the right side. That'll be Katie's first foul. Make that her second. Team's third of the period, and an easy call there for Alex Howard with 3:07 to go third period. Momentum got her there a little bit as Nolan brings it across. Final 3 minutes of the third period. Left baseline to Sadie Cheney. Skips it over high right. Almost too far for Nolan, but she's able to track it down. The future Lady Trojan basketball player. Ball deflected. Weathers tips it, but that's going to be last touch by her out of bounds. Good defensive play. As Megan Trout, Kendall Gentry check in with 2:50 to go third quarter. Scott City on a 9-4 run in this third quarter. They are 2 within 4. They had it 2 within 1 about a minute ago. It's 32-28. As exiting will be Avery Lewis and Katie Weathers. 18 to shoot for Colby. Brent Stanley exits. In for the first time is Harper Vaughn, a 5'7" sophomore. Third player used off the bench tonight for Coach Yancey Walker's Colby Lady Eagles. Cheney in the right corner, 8 to shoot. Now up top to Nolan, goes left to Flanagan. Now goes to Vaughn. Entry feed in, left block, backside pass. Fumble picked up 1 second. Colby's not going to get a shot off in time. A shot clock violation and turnover to Scott City. And plot from Coach Justin Froh, the team's defensive effort. With 2:32 to go third quarter, it's 32-28 Colby. But Scott City, who was once down 14, had it 2 within 1. It's right now a 4-point game. Kendall Gentry with the dribble and now uses it up. Bounce pass to Kaylee Felker up top. Holds it, still holding it. Now pivots, puts it on the floor, almost stripped, but now to Kendall Gentry. Tight defense by Nolan. Out high to Minsker, turns down the three. Pulls up right side, jumper, tough bank shot, no. Rebound, Megan Trout goes up, can't get it lined in, and a foul. 2 free throws coming up here with 2:08 to go third quarter. Team foul number 3 on Colby. That's the second foul on Sadie Cheney. Trout's in line where she is 1 of 2 there tonight. Lady Beavers are 10 of 12 at the line, trailing by 4 late third quarter. Free throw too strong for Trout. As back in is Chris Irvin for the Lady Beavers. She'll replace Mackenzie Metzger. Also in is Brent Stanley to replace Sadie Cheney. Nobody in immediate foul trouble. A lot of players with 2 fouls on both sides. Both teams at 3 in the third period. And Trout at 50% at the line, hits that one, making it 32-29. 2:08 to go third period. Logan Nolan up top now, goes to Flanagan. Back to Nolan out high, right side. Top Neff now to Flanagan, back up top. Logan Nolan back to Allie Flanagan, left corner. He goes to Harper Vaughn. Skips it over high to Nolan. Back right baseline here is driving in. Holzmeister, runner, leaves it short. Got her own rebound, but she's going to be pushed. And that's the final foul to give. That'll be, I believe, on Krista Irvin. If that's the case, that'll be her first, and that'll be team foul number 4. Oh, they're going to get that on Megan trying. It looked like Irvin had more of the contact, but the officials saw it differently. As Elizabeth Barton back in to replace Harper Vaughn, as Barton gets a little bit of a breather. But Colby gets a new 35 on the shot clock, up by 3. Minute 44 to go into, and they're going to call a tie-up. Good job by Kendall Gentry tying up Barton as she went up for the shot. It'll still stay Colby ball as we go to 1:42 to go third period. Here on KSKL Scott City. Stanley trying to inbound it in to avoid the 5-count left corner to Barton. She'll drive in strong. Her runner is good. She has 14, makes the score 34-29 Colby. 1:35 to go here in the third stanza. Irvin lobs it across the front court. And now backside, here's Peyton Gentry. She has a new career high with 8. 34-31 with 1:23 to go third quarter. She had 7 against Hutchinson Trinity. That was a career high about a month ago. And then that's going to be a push on Barton trying to fight through and knocks Kendall Gentry to the deck. And that'll be team foul number 4 on Colby and Barton's second foul. And a turnover to the Lady Beavers. Down 3 with a minute 14 to go third quarter. It's Piper Fox to re-enter the game, I think, for Kaylee Felker, who decided before going to the bench to get her shoe tied. And that's all right. You don't want to trip over some loose shoestrings. Final minute 12 of this third quarter. Scott City very much a part of this game. Chris Irvin out high. Now she'll drive in. Stops Piper Fox up top. Drives in. She'll take it to the rack, and she will not get it. Might have got tripped up, but got her own rebound, and it's back to a 1-point game. Fox with her first basket of the night, and it's 34-33. 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Scott City, for a second time in this period, has cut it to within 1. They're on a 14-6 run in this third period. Entry feed into Stanley, has great position and scores it. She has 8. Colby's had an answer every time Scott City's had it to within 1. 38 seconds to go third quarter, 36-33. Scott City down 3. Gentry up top to Irvin, drives right side, spin move up top to Trout. And she travels with it up top. Turnover number 12 on Scott City. Peyton Gentry was asking for it in the corner, and Trout did not see her there wide open on the left wing. And now Colby with a chance to extend their lead late third quarter here with a possession arrow in Scott City's favor. Barton with it. Shot clock is off. Ball deflected, and it's almost stolen away, and it is. Here's Kendall Gentry. She's going to take it all the way, and she'll lay it up. Miss it, but rebound. Fought for, and Colby ripped away Barton, and now that's going to be a tie-up as Peyton Gentry and Elizabeth Barton, both wearing number 21, hit the deck, and that'll stay Scott City's basketball with 14.6 to go third period. Scott City down by 3 with the basketball, 36-33. Peyton Gentry looking for a cutter. Well, lob it into Kendall Gentry left side. Now almost lost it, and a whistle and a timeout for Coach Justin Froh. It's a 30 with 12 seconds to go here third quarter. Scott City down by 3, 36-33. Basketball here presented once again by Sharp Shooting Supply, Security State Bank, Scott Pro, Scott County Records, Scott County Hospital, Scott Cooperative Association, Scott County Abstract and Title Company, Scott Community Foundation, Scott City Pharmacy, Giftologist, Scott City Eye Center, and also want to thank Rotomix, Road and Beat Green Agency, and Iron Insurance Partners, Rachel's Financial Services, Our Brothers Auto Body Mechanic, Pioneer Communications, Precision Ag and Seed, and Pokey Feeders. Don't forget, if you want to listen to any of the broadcasts, we have these on Spotify. You can listen there, of course, for free. Just search for Scott City Beaver Sports on Mix 94.5 on Spotify. Subscribe, like, listen back to any of the broadcasts we have over the last couple of years. 12 seconds to go, third quarter out of the 32nd timeout. Beavers down 3 with the ball. Peyton Gentry into Kendall. Out high in the front court, goes to her left. Looking to drive in, now loses it, picks it back up, and another tie-up, and that's going to be turnover number 14 on Scott City with 6.1 to go, third quarter. So, 6.1 to go, third quarter. Colby with the ball, up 3. Barton with it. She has 14 to lead the Lady Eagles. Been in quiet over the last 2 quarters. Ball deflected, stolen away by Trout, and a good defensive play as they tried to feed it to Stanley at the end of the third quarter. It'll be Scott City's ball when we come back, down 3, 36-33. Back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
Even if it's been years since you graduated, your college team is your...
Western Tire of Scott City is available for tire repair and replacement, oil changes, tire rotation, balancing, alignment, and bulk fuel delivery to keep your equipment going. They also offer 24-hour emergency service calls. Deckmart Furniture and Appliances. At Deckmart, they offer a variety of quality furniture, including sofas, recliners, lift chairs, dining sets, bars, bar stools, mattresses, and more. They carry GE and Speed Queen appliances and are happy to quickly service what they sell with a local repairman. Great Western Tire and Deckmart Furniture and Appliances. Small-time friendliness with big city service and quality.
Back here in Scott City, 36-33. Start of the fourth quarter. Lady Beavers with the basketball. Still down here. They haven't led, but they've cut a 14-point deficit to 1 on a couple of occasions, but Colby's answered back every time. But Lady Beavers very much part of this ball game. Here's Irvin, a screen, a 3 for the tie. Just bounces off, and the rebound backside to Elizabeth Barton. She had a good look on the left side and a good set play to begin the fourth quarter to get her on the board. Barton with it, leads Colby at 14, then throws it away, trying to get it in the 10th Colby Eagle turnover. Scott City with another chance to get it to within 1 or tie it. Avery Lewis with 11. Peyton Gentry with a new career-high 8 points for Scott City. 7:30 to go in this game. Lewis up top of the bounce pass to Megan Trout, now back to Lewis. Back to Irvin. 15 to shoot. She's guarded by Logan Nolan out high. Right side to Lewis. Trying to get into track. Great position on Stanley. Backs away and goes up the right, and it spins in. Her first field goal. She has 4 and back to a 1-point game. A 7:12 to go at 36-35. Lady Beavers back to within 1 for a third time this second half. 7 minutes to go in this one. Skipping left side. Flanagan with it. Nolan out high. She's had a couple big threes, one with the shot clock winding down, and Scott City with all the momentum. Cut it to within 1 the first time this half, and then hit the 3 to go up 4. Now she has it with 10 to shoot. Oh, she double dribbles with it, and that is the 11th Colby turnover. Scott City can come down and take their first lead of the night here with 6:46 to go at 36-35. This is a 28-14 game with under 3 minutes to go first half. Here's Irvin driving in. Stops toward the left block, needs help. Finds a cutting Lewis, her layup, and Scott City leads it. Lewis with 13, 37-36 with 6.5 to go. Our first lead change of the night. Scott City playing to the lead for the first time with 6:20 to go. Right side, it goes over to Elizabeth Barton. Skips it over left side to Logan Nolan. Up top to Flanagan. Back to Barton, right wing. Under 20 to shoot as we approach 6 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Back to Nolan. Up top, Flanagan for 3. No. Rebound, Trout. And we got a whistle and a foul underneath on Colby. Now to be on Bryn Stanley, just her first. Colby's first team foul of the fourth quarter. And Yancey Walker wants time. And a pumped up Scott City bench. There's 5 on the floor, 6:05 to go. 37-36, Scott City up by 1. Back in a minute, this is Beaver basketball.
Miller Veterinary Clinic in Scott City loves to take care of your large or small animals as much as you.
Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
BBN is brought to you by Shapland Real Estate, State Farm, Norder Supply Incorporated, Ag Management Services, Bogomore Family Farms, White's Food Liner, Scott Community Foundation.
Scott City with the lead and the ball out of the Colby full timeout. 6 minutes to go, fourth quarter. 37-36, Scott City with the lead. They have the first 4 points of this fourth quarter. Trot with the ball out high. She has 2 of those 4. Kendall Gentry up top. Now to Piper Fox, goes to her left, and she draws a holding foul on Colby. I believe that'll be on Shaylee Holzmeister. Nonetheless, it's the second Lady Eagle foul this fourth quarter. Nope, they're going to get Logan Nolan with her second. So nobody in the ball game, either side with more than 2 fouls. They'll reset it. Ball deflected off the inbounds and stolen away, but we're going to get a tie-up. It'll still be Scott City turnover, number 15. Colby with the ball back, down by 1. Holcomb leading late third quarter against Ulysses 40-20. It's 34-21 for Goodland over Syracuse at the end of the third. Last check at some league scores. 5.5 to go. Colby with the ball down 1. What a fight back from Scott City, down 14 to take a lead here in this fourth quarter. 15 to shoot as Colby plays the weave around the perimeter, or passes the ball. And now a deep 3 by Nolan, and she misses it too strong, but Elizabeth Barton on the backside board. Leaps over Irvin, tips up the tough shot. Too strong, tipped out high, and it's Nolan who gets it. Trout in pain, hits the deck. Barton goes up, misses it. Ball loose. It's a hot potato out there. And we're going to get a tie-up, and it's going to be Scott City's ball in the possession arrow. Oh, that was a pinball of a possession there. Scott City with the ball up by 1 as we approach 5 minutes ago. And underneath there, Trout was on the deck just trying to curl up and avoid any damage to her, and she survived. Kendall Gentry with it up top, drives to the foul line, bounce pass to Chris Irvin, penetrates her runner, is too strong in the rebound, ripped away by Piper Fox, but we're going to get a tie-up. It'll be Colby ball. Man, Irvin had a good look there, trying to get on the board, but missed the runner on the right side with 4:47 to go. Lady Eagles with the ball, down by 1. We've been stuck there for nearly 2 minutes. Colby's on a 3-minute scoring drought as well here in the process. Nolan with it, now right corner it goes to Allie Flanagan. Flanagan uses upper dribble, needs help, up top to Barton. Guarded by Lewis, and we're going to get a double foul underneath. That'll belong on Shaylee Holzmeister. It'll go to the possession arrow. Scott City will get the basketball. Kendall Gentry will pick up her third foul. Also, Shaylee Holzmeister actually does not go to the possession arrow. I stand corrected. But both players pick up their third foul with 4:31 to go. Team foul number 1 on Scott City, Colby's third team foul. But Holzmeister also picks up her third foul. So if you were number 2, you picked up a foul there. Shot clock resets. 4:28 to go. Colby's ball down 1. Barton will drive in. There's a little contact from Fox. And 2 free throws coming up here for Elizabeth Barton. That foul on Piper Fox is now her third. And Scott City picks up a second team foul here in this fourth quarter with 4:25 left. So Barton at the line has 14 points. Has not been there since the first quarter. She went 4 of 5 in the first quarter, and now she's 5 of 6, and that's our first tie of the night. 37 apiece. 4:25 to go. First points for Colby in over 4 minutes as Kaylee Felker in for Fox. And Barton has 15 to lead the Lady Eagles. They average 52 a game. Scott City averages 49. Both are well below their season average, but this feels like a postseason type game. Second free throw gives Colby the lead back at 38-37. Out is Stanley. Back in is Sadie Cheney for Colby. 4:20 to work. Peyton Gentry also back into the Scott City lineup, but then she travels out high and unforced error and an easy call. And it's turnover number 16. Back to goes Colby up 1. 4:20 to go, 38-37. It's going to come down to the wire, maybe it looks like. Scott City stays in their 3-2 zone. Been effective here. Barton drives right baseline. It's cut off. And now ball deflected up top to Nolan. Now Flanagan launches a 3. Short rebound. Mackenzie Metzger collects her second rebound of the night. Scott City down by 1 with the basketball. Midway mark, fourth quarter. Peyton Gentry with a career high into trying to get into Lewis. Now she is going to be tied up, and it'll be Scott City ball. Just a little late on the pass was Gentry. Had the right idea, but it'll still stay with the Lady Beavers. 25 to shoot. Inbound in now with it is Mackenzie Metzger up top to Peyton Gentry. Nice cut. Katie Weathers left baseline. Felker for the lane. Just a little strong ball deflected. Scott City tracks it down with Avery Lewis. She'll try the 3. Splash! She has 16. She matches her season high and career high. It's 40-38 with 3.5 to go. Our third lead change all coming in this fourth quarter. And Scott City back up by 2, their largest of the night. Colby driving in and get a whistle and a blocking foul to be on the floor. That'll be the third Scott City foul of the fourth period, says Michaela Bierman. And Colby, that'll be on Kaylee Felker, her second. So both teams now with 3 team fouls in this fourth quarter. A new 35 for Colby. They get it into Flanagan, turns down the 3, drives in and out. Barton left wing. Underneath, backside, deflected and loose, stolen away and a turnover. 12th Colby turnover. Scott City with a 2-point lead in the ball. 3:15 to go. Avery Lewis now to Kaylee Felker. Up top, here's Peyton Gentry into Katie Weathers. Catches it, shot, she's fouled. Elizabeth Barton with the foul, her third, with 3:09 to go. That's the 4th team foul on Colby. 2 free throws coming up for Weathers. She is 5 points tonight, all in the first half. 1 of 2 at the line. Or 1 of 1 from line, excuse me. Scott City tonight, 11 of 14. Make it 12 of 15 as they open up a 41-38 lead with 3:09 to go over the number 4 ranked team in Class 3A. Second free throw, short, rebound, tipped. Lewis had it, and she does collect it. And now she gets tied up by Barton, and that'll be turnover number 17, that is, on Scott City. Weathers 1 out of 2 there at the line. Lewis collected her 4th board. But Scott City with a 3-point lead as we are at the 3-minute mark of the fourth quarter, 41-38. Left side with it is Sadie Cheney. Back up top to Nolan. Right side to Flanagan out around the perimeter. Back up top to Nolan. 4 new subs in. Next dead ball for Scott City. They're only playing out there with 1 starter. The skip pass to Flanagan. Back up top to Nolan. Right side to Barton with 15 to shoot. 2:40 to go in the game. Nolan looking to drive around Lewis. Bounce pass in. And now left side, Barton 3 for the tie. She buries it. She has 19 and ties the game up at 41. Colby wants time. Our second tie of the night with 2:34 to go. 41-41. It's just a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Boy, this one has turned into an amazing ball game. Scott City trailed with the 2:58 to go first half at 28-14. They trailed by 9 at the break. They pulled her then won on 3 different occasions in the second half. And then took their first lead with 6:31 to go, 37-36. And then Avery Lewis's 3 that tied her career high with 16. She said, ironically, 31 days ago against Colby, gave Scott City the 40-38 lead. 1 out of 2 at the line for Weathers. And then the 3 by Elizabeth Barton, her first 3 of the night. Colby's 4th of the night. Has tied it up at 41 with 2:34 to go. Coach Yancey Walker burning a 30-second timeout. The timeout situation. Colby has 3 timeouts left. Scott City has 2. Possession arrow favors the Lady Beavers. Team fouls Colby with 4 in the period. Scott City with 3. Back to the action out of the 30-second break. A lot on the line for both these teams here. Scott City trying to remain in the position to have a home sub-state game. Nice cut. Lewis lays it up. Can't get it to go. And the rebound to Holzmeister underneath. Had a good look. Just left it a little short for a career high. Colby in transition. Right corner. Nolan turns down the 3. She was open for a moment but turned it down. Nice flash in the paint by Holzmeister. Her layup too strong, but Stanley, she stuffed. They're going to get a foul and 2 free throws with 2:08 to go. Stanley got the board, and boy, it didn't look like much contact, but the official saw it differently, and Piper Fox is called for foul number 4 with 2:08 to go, and Stanley at the line looking to give the Lady Eagles the lead back. Free throw is good, and she has 9. It's 42-41 Colby. They have the last 4 of the ball game. 2:08 to go. That's our 4th lead change all in this 4th quarter. Second charity toss. It is off to the right. Holzmeister the rebound, but she gets tied up by Irvin, and it's going to belong to Scott City. Stanley with 9 points. Second high point total for the Lady Eagles tonight, who lead by 1. With 2:07 to go, Scott City's ball, 42-41, they trail. Lady Beavers are also trying to end a 7-game losing streak to Colby. Gentry the ball fake up top to Lewis, guarded by Barton. Minute 50 to go on this one. Left side to Irvin. Loses it, picks it back up off the screen. Here's Kendall Gentry, right side to Fox. Playing with 4 fouls. Lewis, a 3 for the lead. Yes! Yes! She got it! A new career high! And Justin Froh wants time as Scott City leads at 44-42 with 1:43 to go. Let's take a 1-minute break. This is Beaver basketball.
Hey, are you sure this is a good idea? Stop being so negative. I know what I'm doing. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 37 people a day lose their life due to drunk driving. Every death is just 39 minutes apart and preventable. Be smart. Call a cab. Know the risk of drunk driving.
All the ties and lead changes have come in this final quarter. They'll inbound it up top. Holzmeister looking to drive in. Now Nolan wide open left corner for 3. She buries it. Her third 3 gives Colby the lead back, 45-44. Nobody accounted for the 5-3 senior in the left corner with 1:26 to go. And it's a timeout, just a 30 here by Coach Yancey Walker. Oh, what a big shot for Colby. Our 6th lead change all coming here in the 4th quarter. 45-44, Colby back up by 1 as they answer with another 3 of their own. That is their 4th 3 of the night. Make it their 5th 3 of the night. I was right the first time. It is their 5th 3. 3 threes by Logan Nolan. 9 points, and it's a 1-point Colby game. Here as both teams are running out of timeouts. Colby down to 2. Scott City has 1. Possession arrow favors Colby. Both teams have 4 fourth quarter fouls. 1:26 to go, 4th quarter. Scott City will get the ball, and he guess it must have changed to a full. Well, no, Yancey's sitting down, but the rest of his team is standing up in the huddle, so I apologize for that brief confusion. 45-44, Colby up by 1. Scott City hasn't had a bigger lead than 2 points this 4th quarter that they've had the lead. Lady Eagles will pick up Scott City at the half court. 1:20 to go, 4th quarter. With it is Chris Irvin, now left side to Piper Fox, playing in there with 4 fouls. Now up top, it'll go to Kendall Gentry. Back to Fox. They try to get it back toward to Lewis, too high, and it's thrown away in a turnover. Turnover number 18 on Scott City. Had a good look, but just lobbed it a little too high. Now Colby with a 1-point lead in the ball with 71 seconds to go to inbound it in. It'll be Elizabeth Barton to bring it across the 10-second line left to right. Final minute here of regulation. Both teams have 4 fouls. Flanagan with it. Now up top to Barton. Nolan. As Colby kind of with a 4-out set. Now they flash through the paint. Barton, but now they go left side to Holzmeister. Back up top to Nolan. Right side, Flanagan. 50 seconds to go. 15 on the shot clock. Barton with it in the. Now back up top to Nolan. Catches it, goes right side to Barton with 8 to shoot. Back up top to Nolan. 6 with 5. Here's Barton driving the right baseline runner. Oh, she's fouled, and she'll get 2 free throws. with 38.8 to go, and a tough foul on Scott City. That'll be the 5th. They'll call that on Piper Fox, and for a second straight game, she will exit because of foul trouble. She'll just have 2 points tonight. And Barton, with 19, will have 2 free throws. She has 5 in this fourth quarter. Katie Weathers to sub in for her. With 38.8 to go, fourth quarter, Scott City down 1. But Logan Nolan hit a clutch 3 about a minute ago to give Colby the lead, and Scott City threw it away on the ensuing possession. Free throw is good. Another 20-point night for Barton. 46-44, 38.8 to go. Scott City needs to get this rebound here. It'll be a one-possession game here if they can get the rebound. Well, they don't have to worry about it. 47-44. Colby on a 5-0 run. Scott City doesn't need a 3 necessarily. 34 seconds to go. They get it into Katie Weathers. Holds it. Now dribbles it back up top to Chris Irvin. Right side to Kendall Gentry. Holds it now to Katie Weathers. Looking to drive in. Back to Lewis. Lewis will drive the left side. And we got a timeout taken by Coach Justin Froh with 22.5 seconds to go. Let's step away for a 30-second break. Lady Beavers down by 3. This is Scott City basketball.
At First National Bank of Scott City, we look forward to helping you manage your finances.
Scott City out of timeouts. Colby has 2 left. As it'll be Scott City basketball out of that full timeout taken by Coach Justin Froh. But Scott City, remember, does not have a timeout left, so they have to get it in. Holcomb just beating Ulysses moments ago, 61-26. Here we go. Lady Beavers don't need a 3 necessarily yet, but they do need to get points. Irvin with it. 20 seconds to go. Scott City with 15 to shoot. Jump stop up top now to Megan Trout. Trying to get an Avery Lewis to do. She'll step back. Now Hyder Irvin with 13 seconds, and it's going to be thrown away into the backcourt and an over and back. And Scott City with 2 costly turnovers here down the stretch. And Colby will have an opportunity to ice this game here with 10.3 to go. Oh, my. Inbounded into the backcourt to Elizabeth Barton. Kendall Gentry will foul her with 8.9 to go. And Barton, who has 21 points tonight, 7 in this fourth quarter. She's put together quite the bookend of quarters. The first, she had 10, and then was quiet through the second and third quarters where she had 4 combined points. She has 7 in this fourth. She's 4-4 at the line here in this fourth quarter. Make it 5 of 5, and that makes it 48-44 with 8.9 to go. And it looks like the Lady Eagles are going to come out of here with a victory. Man, Scott City had their chances here. You can look back at it, the slow start. And it's 49-44. Coach Yancey Walker will burn a 30-second timeout. It has to be a full because I don't think he has any more 30s left. With 8.9 to go, but Colby is going to probably come out here with a victory. Scott City had the lead 44-42 off of it. Avery Lewis 3 with 1:44 to go. But then back-to-back Scott City turnovers. A clutch 3 in the left corner by Logan Nolan put Colby back up 45-44, the minute 27 to go. And then another Scott City turnover, and Elizabeth Barton with 2 more free throws. She has the game-high 23 tonight. And Colby, the last 7 of the ball game in the last minute 27 here, this ball game. Actually, minute 19 of this game. It's 49-44. Man, Scott City, they'll look back at the turnovers and more than likely maybe the slow start to this ball game, maybe the timidness. As Scott City is going to drop their 8th straight to Colby, and Irvin flips to Lewis, left wide open for 3. She'll bury it. She has to her career high, but time is going to run out. 49-47. Colby escapes out of here with a 2-point win. What a great effort tonight for Scott City, but Avery Lewis with a career-high 22 points. The first Scott City player over 20 points this year is not enough as Colby survives here 49-47. We'll begin our post-game coverage in 3 minutes. This is Beaver basketball.
That's what Dr. Joshua...
Red Barn Enterprises is proud to offer Meristem crop performance products, including Upshift C and Revline hopper throttle. These innovative products help reduce fertilizer waste and boost your crop's performance, ensuring healthier plants and better yields. Committed to our community, we proudly support Scott County Athletics. Choose Red Barn Enterprises and Meristem crop performance products to enhance your farm's efficiency.
Western State Bank, Backyard Blooms and Garden Center, LLC, Spray Foamit, LLC, Good Anesthesia and Pain Management Services, At American Implement, we know that our farmers and ranchers are getting up and going to work every morning to provide food, fuel, and fiber for the world. And even though time and technology keeps us constantly changing, one thing will always remain the same. We promise that we'll continue working right beside you. We appreciate all that you do for our country and our communities. From all of us at American Implement, thank you, and may God bless the American farmer and rancher.
Oh, the Lady Beavers had a good look at it tonight, a good opportunity to pull off the upset late, but they just fall short here. What a game here tonight in Scott City, 49-47. Colby wins their first GWAC title outright since 2012. They shared the league title with Hugoton in 2020. Not only do they clinch the GWAC title outright to go to 17-2 overall, 11-0 in the league, but they also clinched the number one overall spot in the sub-state standings, in the Scott City Regional, I should say. But even though Lady Beavers now will fall to 10-8 on the year, they're 4-6 in the league. And they'll have the work cut out for them here to try to secure a home first-round playoff. As the Holcomb wins, Goodland wins to go to 13-6. Scott City can't go any higher than number 6 right now. And it all depends on how Larned, Russell, and Beloit do, and even outside chance for Lakin here down the stretch. But the Lady Beavers lose a tough one here tonight, but what an effort. They had their chances in the fourth quarter, but boy, the turnovers ended up haunting Scott City in late stages of the ball game. Final numbers here tonight. Elizabeth Barton, what a nice night for her. 23 points. She had big bookended quarters, first and fourth quarter. She had 10 in the first and then 9 in the fourth quarter. She went 6-6 in the line in crunch time and hit a big three as well. Bryn Stanley had 9. Logan Nolan had 9 on 3-3. She hit the go-ahead 3 with 1:27 to go to pick Colby up for good, 45-44. 5 for Allie Flanagan, 3 for Shaylee Holzmeister, who battled a little foul trouble tonight. And that was the scoring for Colby, who went 12 of 15 at the line. They were 7 of 8 in that fourth quarter at the line. They did have a lot of rebounds. They had 18 rebounds. They had 12 turnovers, 6 steals in the contest. For Scott City tonight, Avery Lewis, the First Lady Beaver, over 20 points this year. She had 22 points, which was a new career high. She had 11 of those in the fourth quarter. She hit 3 threes in that final 8 minutes. The last one, of course, pulled Scott City to within 2 at the end. A new career high for Peyton Gentry, who helped boost Scott City in that first half. When kind of they were slow going, the bench was pretty big in that first half for Scott City. She had 8 points. The bench had, 8, 13. They had 16 of their 19 points unofficially in that, or something like that in the first half. They had a big chunk of what I'm trying to say. Katie Weathers came off the bench with 6 tonight. She had 5 of those in the first half. 5 for Mackenzie Metzger, who hit a 3 and a 2. Also 4 for Megan Trout. She had 1 field goal tonight, and that came in the fourth quarter. Viper Fox had 2 before fouling out late in the ball game. But then that's the scoring tonight for Scott City. The Lady Beavers went 12 to 16 at the foul line, only attempted 2 free throws in the fourth quarter. But turnovers were big. They had 19 of them tonight. They also had 16 rebounds and 7 steals. Scott City Lady Beavers falling a tough one here tonight, but a great effort against a very good Colby Eagle team. These two could see each other yet once again, but 49-47 your final. Let's take a 1-minute break, and we'll come back with the boys pregame. We'll try to get Justin Froh as well in the process. But we'll come back with Coach Brian Gentry in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
Here's Odessa from Plain Jan's.
Yep.
They said this place was too isolated to call home. They said it was too remote to build a community. And then one day, a farmer strung a copper wire from one fence post to another and changed everything. We didn't build the communities of Southwest Kansas. No, we just brought them together.
BBN is brought to you by Lone Tree Farms, J&R, Nextech Wireless, Pioneer Communications, S&T, Scott County Hospital, Scott Co-op, Security State Bank.
Just a good dominant win to take care of business early on.
Yeah, it was. The guys came out with the right mindset, and I thought they did a good job, playing with a lot of energy, despite being in an environment that didn't have a lot to offer us. They took care of business, and I thought we got hot early, and that kind of leads to a lot of confidence building, and we played pretty well.
Yeah, putting up close to 50 points in the first half. But you guys did a good job of just working the ball around. There were a few turnovers, but getting a lot of threes put up and made was really big for your guys' confidence from outside.
Yeah, I thought we took the correct three-point shots. I thought our guards were doing a pretty good job of getting into the paint and playing off the kick out, which is the shot we talked about. I didn't think we forced much. With the turnovers, we cleaned those up a little bit. I still think we only had about 8, at the end of that game. And for, putting up in the 70s, that's a lot of possessions to take care of the ball. So we've got to continue to do that because possessions are going to be big moving forward.
Do you feel like this week was much needed just to kind of get your team rested and rejuvenated?
Yeah, it was. We were, not unlike anybody else. Some sickness got us, and it came at the right time. We were able to get those guys quite a bit of rest over the last, 7 days. Or 6 days, it really helped. We've had really good energy, with the last couple of practices that we had, and so excited for tonight.
It's Coach Brian Gentry here pregame. Scott City gets Colby here, round 2 with the Eagles. A tight game, a 4-point loss there at Colby just before the Sterling tournament. But take a look at what you guys have been able to do. You have to feel like you're a much improved team from the last time you guys played them.
Yeah, I think everybody is probably, improved, and they're a very good team. That first time we played them, points were at a premium. Nobody could score in the first half. It didn't seem like pretty low scoring. And they've got the capability, as we do, to put up quite a few points. But a very good team. They don't beat themselves a lot. They run their sets. They run them well. And they've got some players that can cause problems. So we've got to be really locked in. Really got to rebound well on the defensive side and only allow them that one shot. And we've got to be able to keep the Jones kid in front of us, because if he gets downhill, he's an extremely good ball player.
What's kind of the key to kind of slowing him down, especially with what he did in the fourth quarter last time around?
I mean, that's just a team effort. When he gets out in transition, we've got to be able to slow him down as a unit, not as just one man, because it's tough to stop somebody that's got their momentum going, 94 feet. So we've got to do a good job of understanding who we're guarding and who can come off a little bit of their man and give a little bit of support. But we got to wall up and try to keep him out of the paint as much as possible, because at any moment, he can really get going, and got a great mid-range shot. He's got really good touch and tons of moves that make him extremely hard to guard. So we got to do it as a team.
Should be a good one here in a Monday night game for you guys as Scott City and Colby battle here. Coach Brian Gentry and the pregame coach, as always, thank you for the time, and good luck to you guys.
All right, thanks, Adam.
Now with Scott City Beaver coach Brian Gentry, your pregame interview is brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services with Hugh and Berta Benz in Scott City and Leota. More to come in your pregame show. We'll have a breakdown of the matchup, also bring in starters, keys to the game, and the tip-off after this timeout. This is Scott City Beaver basketball.
Western State Bank proudly supports Scott Community High School students and athletes as they prepare for another great year of achievements. Just as our students prepare for another successful year, we encourage you to be prepared for whatever life may bring you. Stop in and talk with a knowledgeable staff at Western State Bank, whether it be a new home loan, financing for your business, or any one of our checking and savings account options. We're here to help you. Make sure to check out all of our internet banking options provided at WSBKS.com. Western State Bank, member FDIC. And as always, go Beavers!
All right, let's welcome you back here as we bring in Coach Justin Froh post-game here. We'll wrap up our girls' portion of our broadcast. Coach, what a great effort. Slow start. The bench really carried you guys for a while in that first half, and then you kept inching back. You took the lead, and, boy, just the turnovers played a big part there in the end.
Yeah, I think we take away that first quarter, we are right there to have the lead late or win this game. We just did not come out ready to play in the first quarter, and kind of just the story of the season, right? We get ourselves in a hole and just not enough late to be able to dig out of it. We did come back and take the lead there, but give them credit. They're a very good team. They have a lot of different scorers. They can have a lot of different options out there. And they stayed in there, and they were very composed, and they got it to their scorers, and they got the job done late. But just too many turnovers, and I think if we can have a little better start, then we're very, very close to winning that game.
You take a look at it. You guys are down 14 in that second quarter with about 3 minutes to go. You make a big run, get it to within 5 at the break, and then you take the lead finally in the fourth quarter for the first time there. And I'll tell you what, I went back and forth in that fourth quarter, just not a lot of margin for error there, but you had to love there was a good stretch there where you guys, both teams really competed very well in that fourth quarter.
Absolutely. I thought that, making adjustments, probably on me, that I didn't switch it up a little more early or earlier, go to something different. In our defense, our man just wasn't getting the job done tonight, and, that's on me. I got to be able to figure out how to get into something different quicker to give us a better chance of not getting down so big. 14 points is a little too much there, and but once we kind of went to our zone, we settled in, and we did a good job of, for the most part, staying with their shooters and then being able to keep the paint pretty clogged for them. And then offensively, we just did a better job of cutting and actually working our offense and not just floating around the three-point line and having our guards trying to do too much. we did a good job, especially in the second half there when we went on that big run of just being aggressive too. I thought that we were kind of timid a little bit, but, yeah, down the stretch, a lot of fun basketball there to watch, a lot of back and forth with timeouts, and, those are the games you want to play in, so that's always fun. You just hate that it didn't fall our way tonight.
Yeah, for sure, but what a night for Avery. 22 points, and, boy, after that, she had 18 of those in the second half.
Yeah, she definitely came to play here and stepped up as not only our main scorer there, but as a leader for everyone. And, she puts in a ton of work, so she deserves it. And it just is a little too much to have to overcome. So I think, we get that with a little bit of a closer gap there going into, the third or something like that. Then I think that helps us out a lot. But really proud of just our heart tonight and just the confidence in ourselves. We believe that we can play with anyone. I think we proved that tonight, possibly playing with what could be the number 1 seed in sub-state, and having a chance there to win it late. Just came up short there in the last minute and a half, and I thought that our girls did a really, really good job of battling and playing with composure. And for the most part, if we just cut down on some little things like turnovers and unforced errors, we're right there. So proud of the way that we played tonight, and proud of our girls for battling.
Well, you get a couple days here, and then it's 2 games, and all of a sudden the season's over. But these are going to be big games. They're not going to be easy games. You go to Hugoton on Thursday, and then you get Cimarron here on Friday.
Yeah, it's going to be just, 2 more dogfights with the GWAC teams. That's what it's been all year, so can't overlook anyone, even though we've beat these teams before. But it still comes down to you got to show up and you got to take care of business, and then from there we'll see how everything plays out with postseason-wise.
All right, once again, Coach Justin Froh stopped by post-game. A close loss for the Lady Beavers here, but a great game here tonight. Coach, thank you for the time, and we'll see you hopefully here a few more times this week.
All right, thanks, Adam.
All right, once again, Coach Justin Froh stopped by here post-game, wrapping up the girls' portion of our broadcast. As we'll take a 1-minute break, we'll come back with our boys' pregame show continuing here from Scott City. This is Beaver Basketball.
When you want plain talk with exceptional results, count on Norder Supply to serve you. With over 40 years of experience in the crop protection business, the dedicated team at Norder Supply is passionate about assisting you in achieving maximum net return per acre by delivering unparalleled agronomic advice and best in customer service. That's how they define success. To serve you better, they have an aerial application service and do it all for a very competitive rate. Call them today at 620-872-3058. Norder Supply, plain talk, exceptional results.
It's time to stress less with more money in your pocket. United makes it easy for you to stay connected with family and friends and save while you're doing it with 3 months free. For a limited time, get 3 months free of mobile wireless or wireless internet service with United. Get high-speed connectivity, unlimited talk, text to data, and more money in your pocket. When you choose United, you're supporting a member-owned cooperative, proudly connecting Southwest Kansas with coverage you can trust. Visit getunited.com/radio or stop by a United store to get your 3 months free today. Terms and conditions apply. See store for detail.
All right, we welcome you back here into the Scott Community Event Center. It's the boys that are going to take the court here now, as it's Scott City and Colby set to do battle. Should be a fun boys game as well, and should be another thriller like the girls one here. It was a 4-point game the first time around. Colby would win at 51-47 back 31 days ago. Of course, moving it to the day of from Tuesday to today, this doubleheader on the birthday of the greatest NBA player of all time, the birthday of his, Michael Jordan. Don't ever at me. Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James. Always will be, and that's the end of the story. Anyways, moving on to this game tonight. Scott City and Colby should be a good battle here. It's a 4-point game. 51-47, late turnover there by Scott City really hurt them after they'd gotten it back to within 1 point late in that ball game. Colby did a couple free throws in the final few seconds to win it 51-47 back on the 17th of January. Colby does lead the series. They've won 8 of the last 10 after Scott City went on a major run for about 8 or 9 years in the 2010s. But Colby leads the series 45-36 since 1980. They've won 8 of the last 10. Scott City looking for back-to-back wins here at home against the Eagles since 2017 and 2018. But the Beavers tonight, of course, feature Jackson Rumford, a 1,000-point scorer and a 500 rebounder for his career. 21 points, 10.5 rebounds. Also getting good production here from Junior Mesa as of late. Avery Radke and Eloy Ruelas and Alex Strango as of late. For Scott City, the starting five has really been solid. Both these teams' starting fives have been pretty good here in the late stretch of the season. As Colby does look a little short-handed tonight. Maybe I'm seeing things, but well, they don't shoot up too many. They don't play too many. Nope, they've got their full arsenal. But Guy Tubbs, he's going to be the big man down low. He's a 1,000-point scorer. Ironically, him and Jackson Rumford, who are good friends, scored their 1,000th career points on the same night. Also, you get Jordan Jones, who can take a game over, and Scott City was witness to that last time they played him. He had 9 of his 19 points in that final quarter. He had 21 against Cimarron on Friday night, but really one that's really been a big score for him this year has been the senior Braden Foss. He had 12 against Scott City in the first meeting and 13 his last time out 72 hours ago against Cimarron. This is an 11-7 team. Don't let the record fool you, folks. They have only lost to 3 different teams this year. Goodland 4 times, 2 to Holcomb, then 1 to Hayes. Let's get to your starting lineups here, presented by Security State Bank. For the Colby Eagles, Tom Stevens, who also won his 500th career game this year. He's in his second season as the boys' head coach, assisted by Reed Stevens and Brooks Curry. It'll be Braden Foss. He is a 5'11 senior. He had 13 points on Friday night. Kason Carroll, a 6'2 senior. He had 6 points against Cimarron on Friday night. Guy Tubbs, who is going to Fort Hays, he is a 6'3 senior. He's going to do track there. He had 13 points on Friday night. Jordan Jones, the junior, is 6'1", the lone junior in the starting lineup. He had 21 points against the Blue Jays, 19 against Scott City the first time around, and rounding out the starting five is Grant Stevens, a 6'1 senior, 3 points on Friday night against Cimarron. Braden Foss, Kason Carroll, Guy Tubbs, Jordan Jones, and Grant Stevens. For Scott City, Brian Gentry in his 9th season, assisted by Joey Meyer and Drew Kite. The Beavers were all out. Eloy Ruelas, the 5'10 senior, at 7.6 points, 4.4 assists a game. Avery Radke, the 6'1 junior, at 8 points, 4.5 boards a contest. Junior Mesa, the 5'11 sophomore, 7 points, 2 boards. Alex Durango, the 5'10 senior, 9 points and 3.5 rebounds. And Jackson Rumford, he is a senior at 6'6", 21 points, 10.5 rebounds. Eloy Ruelas, Avery Radke, Junior Mesa, Alex Durango, Jackson Rumford, the 5 on the floor for Scott City. Let's move forward to our keys of the game here, presented by State Farm agent Michael Trout, where you go with the proven winner. Keys tonight here for Scott City. The big key for the Beavers is defending the perimeter of Colby. They love to go downhill in a hurry. Those are your keys to the game. The Eagles tonight in the road black uniforms with the white numbers and orange trim. Scott City in their home whites. The navy blue letters and lighter blue trim as the Beavers will win the tap, and we're underway here from Scott City. Game 2 of this doubleheader. Scott City and Colby prime position, have a home sub-state opening round game. Ball deflected right to Avery Radke, who drives down the left baseline with a runner and puts Scott City on the board early. 7:40 to go first quarter at 2-0. Colby's first trip with it. Foss will bounce pass in the front court to Grant Stevens. He's one of those you don't want to leave open. He can shoot a 3 and get hot and be a tough one. He has an unorthodox job, but you know what? If it works for you, use it. Foss out high, guarded tightly by Trango. Now, that's going to be a push on Junior Mesa. Got a little over-aggressive out high. His first in the ball game's first foul with 7:21 to go first quarter, new 35 on the shot clock. Other games tonight in the league, Ulysses is at Holcomb. Also, Cimarron is at Hugoton. Goodland out of league playing the Syracuse Bulldogs. Foss now at high to Guy Tubbs, guarded by Rumford. Spins his way, and that's going to be a travel. Says Michaela Bierman. Turnover number 1. Michaela Bierman, Wyatt Dottle, Alex Howard, your officials for this game. First 50 seconds, Scott City with a 2-0 lead in the ball. Back. Eloy Ruelas will take it across left to right across the timeline. Goes right with the pass to Alex Tarango. Now up top into Rumford. Left corner to Mesa for a 3. No. Rebound Rumford. He's going to be called for the push in the back. And that'll be his first, and that'll be Scott City's second team foul. Ruelas had a good, or Mesa, had a good look in the left corner. Rumford has to be careful not to get into too many foul trouble or too big a foul trouble. He and Tubbs will be a good matchup once again here tonight. Jones to take it across, 2-0 Scott City, 6:45 to go first quarter. Right or left side, or right side, excuse me, now to Tubbs over Rumford. We're tied at 2. 2-2, 6:38 to go first quarter. First tie of the night. Scott City with the ball. Mesa left corner, drives the left baseline. Now finds Jackson Rumford. Rumford with it. Back out high to Ruiz to reset. 20 to shoot. 6:25 to go first quarter. We're tied at 2. Rumford at the foul line. Looking to drive in. Cut off. Back out high to Ruiz out high. Gets a screen. He'll stop and go. Now will penetrate. He'll take it to the rack. Through contact. Boy, he was held. No foul call. And the rebound into the hands of Braden Foss. Boy, it looked like his left arm as he was going up for the layup, or his right arm. There was a lot of contact on the shooting arm is what I'm trying to say. We're 2 minutes in. Tied at 2. Colby looking for the first lead of the night. And it goes ball fake. Tubbs goes around Rumford and scores it. He has all 4 of Colby's points. 4-0. 5:52 to go first quarter. And you got to wonder maybe Rumford didn't want to guard him too aggressive as he drives in and draws a foul on the floor. Didn't want to really guard him too closely because he was afraid of picking up a second foul. Colby picks up their first foul. That'll be on Guy Tubbs. That'll be his first. 4-2 Colby. Scott City's ball. 5:45 here in the first. Ball deflected out by Kason Carroll. It'll stay with the Eagles. 1 second comes off the clock. Ruelas to inbound it, does so left side. Here's Mesa for a 3. Yes, that one rattles home. Scott City hit a season-high 11 threes at Larned last Tuesday, and Mesa's 27th of the year gives Scott City the lead back at 5-4 as we approach 5.5 to go first quarter. Now with it here is Braden Foss. Both these teams only go really one deep at the bench for most of the ball game. Ball loose out high, and then Ruelas hits the deck, forces a turnover. Here's Tarango trying to drive in, and he'll lose it out of bounds. Nope, they'll say poked out. As Foss shielded Tarango from the basket, it'll stay Beaver ball with 33 to shoot. 5:18 to work first quarter. 5-4 Scott City leading the ball. Ruelas looking to inbound it in. We'll throw it out high to Rumford. Then to Tarango. He'll go to his left. Goes right wing to Ruelas for a deep 3. Yes! Ruelas with his 3, his 20th of the year. And Scott City with back-to-back 3s to go up 8-4 at the 5-minute mark of the first stanza. Scott City 3 of 5 shooting here in this first period and almost forced a turnover. But Jones keeps it alive, almost slips in the paint and shoots one over Rumford, and he's on the board. 8-6 Colby, 3 of 3 from the field with 4:50 to go here in the first quarter. Miscommunication. Mesa saves it, though. Right place at the right time for the Beaver. Now lob underneath, backside to Rumford. He'll kiss it off the glass, and Jackson scores for his first points. 4 Beavers have scored here in this first quarter, 10-6, 4:36 to go here in the first period of play. So 4 different Beavers with at least 2 points here. 2 of them with a 3-pointer. We near the midway mark of this first quarter. Scott City up 4. Colby with the ball. Kason Carroll holds it. Now flips it over to his left to Braden Foss. Guarded by Radke. 13 to shoot. Foss stops, fires a 3, misses badly, but right into the hands of Kason Carroll with the rebound. And then it's loose underneath, but picked up by Tubbs, who will lay it up. He has 6. And it's 10-8 with 4:04 to go first quarter. 10-8, midway mark first quarter. Colby with a second chance opportunity. Scott City yet to collect a rebound. Colby has collected 2 rebounds. Here's Rumford backing his way in. A little hook shot to the right, leaves it short, and the rebound to Grant Stevens. Just kind of line drive that one home instead of putting a little arch on that. Colby the ball down 2. Jones stops, pops at the foul line. We're tied. Colby 5 of 6 shooting. We're tied for the second time at 10 with 3.5 to go first quarter. Both teams shooting the ball pretty well. Colby just a little bit better. They've only missed 1 shot. Scott City, though, 2 of 2 from 3. Tarango left corner, a guarded 3. They're 3 of 4, from downtown. And all 5 starters have scored. Scott City with their third 3. They're up 13-10, 3:15 to go here in the first period of play. So all 5 Scott City starters have scored here in this first quarter. Tubbs with an answer-back 3. And that one rimming in and out of the rebound, Avery Radke, for Scott City's first board of the night. That's our first miss from second miss from the field. In transition, there goes Alex Tarango. He has the last 5, 15-10 with 2:55 to go first period. Scott City now has their largest lead at 5. Last 5 have been by the senior Tarango. 2:45 to work first quarter. Jones with it. He'll pull up over Rumford. Fade away. Got it. What a tough shot. He has 6, 15-12, 2:38 to go first quarter. Offense is at a pretty high pace here in this first 5.5 minutes of the ball game. Both teams send a sub to the scorer's table. Radke back to Ruelas, pulls up mid-range floater, lifts it short, airballed. Braden Foss with his second rebound. Colby with the ball down 3, 2:20 to go first period. And now with it is Carroll into the front court. He's going to drive in. Nice look to Tubbs. His reverse layup got it. He has 8. 15-14, 2:10 to go first quarter. And Colby with an answer of 4 in a row to pull to within 1. Colby continues their hot shooting, and a whistle and a travel up top will be Scott City's first turnover. And that allows our first subs into the game. Brooks Bailey for Scott City. Max Kirsenbrock in for Colby. 15-14. Colby with the ball. They've scored the last 4 in the ball game. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter. With it is Guy Tubbs out high, trying to get that feed underneath, down around the screen. Stops the foul line, goes left corner to Jones. Jones, he'll drive in, spin move, steps back, goes around Tarango. May have gotten away with the walk. Kirsenbrock open for 3. Got it. Kirsenbrock with a 3 off the bench. It's a 7-0 Colby run. They're up 17-15, 1:34 to go here in the first quarter. Colby still hot shooting from the field. That's their first 3. Make nice cut. Here's Ruelas off the glass, and it's tied for the 3rd time at 17. 1:23 to go first quarter. Ruelas with 5 in the period. Then balanced scoring attack for Scott City in this first quarter. Colby has had just 3 score. Now they pass underneath. Carroll up top. Foss for a 3. Short. Rebound out high. Tarango couldn't get it. Foss with his 3rd board, and then it's thrown away for the 3rd Colby turnover. Foss is yet to score in the game. Final minute of the first quarter. 17's on the scoreboard now. Rumford left corner to Brooks Bailey. Looking to drive in. He'll lose the handle of it, and Scott City with their 2nd turnover. 17 all, 50 seconds in transition. Jones layup, and it's 19-17 Colby. Jones with 8. Tubbs with 8. It's 19-17, 40 seconds to go first quarter. So points off turnovers here for Colby. They have a 2-point lead late first quarter. There's about an 8-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Nice flash in the paint for Rumford. Up and under move. Trying to go around Tubbs, and he does for his 4th point. The left-handed finger roll layup. 19 all, 22 seconds to go first quarter. Our 4th tie. Shot clock off. Tubbs will drive in on Rumford. And Rumford pokes the ball out. Oh, he thought maybe he got it knocked off of Tubbs' foot, but the official doesn't buy the sell. And back in is Grant Stevens for Case and Carroll with 16.8 to go first quarter. And a 19-19 high-octane first quarter. Scott City is 8 of 12 in this first quarter. Foss with it, 13 seconds to go. Colby's only missed 3 shots. They're 9 of 12. Both these teams shooting at a high clip. Now ball loose, but stripped out of there with 2 seconds. Here's Tarango, half court heave. It's just a little short. And that's how your first quarter comes to an end. So we're even, Steven, 8 minutes into the books here at the Scout Community Event Center. 19 for Scott City, 19 for Colby. Back in a minute for the 2nd period to play. This is Beaver basketball.
With the winter driving season ahead, it's time to go down the checklist for safe traveling. Great Western Tire can complete that checklist. They carry top-of-the-line tires like BF Goodrich, Dunlop, Goodyear, Kelly.
At Axis Seed Red Barn, we're committed to dialing in the data for your farming success. Our corn hybrids offer exceptional drought tolerance and impressive ear flex, ensuring a profitable harvest. Proudly local, yet backed by a national brand, we deliver top-tier seeds with a personal touch. And as always, we're here to support our community, cheering on the Beavers. Axis Seed, where data meets dedication.
Hello, I'm Jamie Rumford, the Superintendent of the Scott County
Clinic has over 20 specialists and offers state-of-the-art equipment with 3D mammography and a brand new MRI suite. All this is located close to home in Scott City. Scott County Hospital with quick scheduling and friendly hometown service. To schedule or for questions, call 620-872-5811.
Colby was 8 of 8 on 2-point basket. They were 9 of 12. Scott City was 8 of 12. The Beavers had 2 more threes than the Eagles. They were 3 of 4. Nobody with a free throw. It's been a high-octane first quarter. It's been a fun one to watch here. 19 apiece. Colby, as I mentioned, 8 of 8 on 2s in that first half, and then a travel out high force. That'll be the 5th Colby turnover. 7:47 to go first half. Scott City led. A balanced attack, 5 each for Eloy Ruelas and Alex Trango. Colby had Guy Tubbs and Jordan Jones each with 8 apiece. So the balance there for Scott City. All 5 starters scoring in that first quarter. Brooks Bailey left corner to Eloy Ruelas. Back up top to Bailey. Now to Radke. He'll look to drive in. Mesa wide open the corner for the lead. Yes! He has 2 threes and he has 6. And Scott City back on top 22-19. Scott City continues their hot shooting from 3, 4 of 5. 7:20 to go here in this first half of play. Here on KSKL Scott City. Now with it is Kurtzenbrock. Underneath, here's Foss. High reverse layup, no. Rebound, Case and Carroll. Colby, the 3rd offensive board. And now with it is Stevens. He'll try a 3 for the tie. Too strong, long rebound. It's to Avery Radke. Radke collects his 2nd rebound. Scott City's being out-rebounded 5-2 in this half. Ruelas with it cut off on the right baseline now to Rumford, guarded by Stevens. He'll go to his left, little spin move, bank shot, too strong. And the backside board to Case and Carroll, who has his 3rd board. Good move by Rumford, just couldn't get the drop in. 6:45 here in the second. 22-19 Scott City. Alex Trango to check in next dead ball, as is Colby's Guy Tubbs. Jordan Jones, who will probably go the distance with it out top. Guarded by Ruelas. Pops at the foul line. In and out and back home. He has 5 of 5 from the floor with 10 points. And it's 22-21 Beavers, 6:25 to go first half. Both teams continue their hot shooting here in this first half. Ruelas goes to his left. Gets a screen, now loses it off his heel on a behind the back dribble and turnover number 3. Alex Trango back in, and he will replace Radke. Tubbs in for Case and Carroll. So now Colby with a chance to go back in front. Here early second quarter, 22-21. Beavers lead by 1. Tubbs now to Jordan Jones. Uses up a dribble, good defense by Trango. Kurtzenbrock. Back up top, here's Jones with it. Drives in, he loses his footing. Turnover number 6. Here's Ruelas, slows it down, now takes it in the front court. Right corner to Mesa. Quickly guarded by Kurtzenbrock. Pulls up for mid-range, rims off, and the rebound into the hands of Braden Foss. Already has 4 rebounds. That was a good look for Mesa, but just couldn't get it to drop. 1 point, Beaver lead. Colby ball, 5:40 to work first half here from the event center here in Scott City. Foss up top to Tubbs. Back to Foss. Screen for Foss, who has it. 18 to shoot. A dribble back out. Now uses the screen. Goes to his left to Jordan Jones. Jones guarded by Ruelas. Now he'll split the defenders and they'll get a hack. That might be on Rumford. If that's the case, that'll be his 2nd. And it is. So big foul on Jackson, his 2nd. First team foul of the second quarter. And now Avery Radke will have to check in, but he'll have to wait till the next dead ball. Stevens with it up top. Colby up by 1, or down by 1 with the ball. 5:15 to go. Big trouble for Rumford, who has 2 fouls. Now Tubbs with it. He'll drive in and he'll lay it up and score it. He has 10. And Colby back on top, 23-22, a 5:10 to go first half. That's our 5th lead change of the night. Up top, here's Rumford playing with 2 fouls. See how aggressive he stays. Mesa from way downtown, no. Rebound into the hands of Kurtzenbrock. Colby has owned the glass here in this first half as they have it with Tubbs. He'll drive in. Loose, almost a 3rd foul. Now loose again. Saved into play to Stevens. And then he gets bumped by Trango. That'll be his 1st. And Scott City with their 2nd team foul in the period. With 4:43 to go second quarter. Not a clean second quarter so far for Scott City. As out will be Rumford, and Scott City automatically gets smaller without the 6'6 Rumford. New 35 for the Eagles. Colby gets a foul this period. They'll inbound it. Nice touch pass to Stevens. Nice dish to Tubbs, and he gets hammered by Bailey on an overplay by Brooks Bailey. That'll be his 1st, and already Scott City with 3 fouls in the quarter with 4:40 to go second quarter. 23-22, Colby up by 1 with the basketball. Jones to inbound it in, does so to Kurtzenbrock. Kurtzenbrock now to Stevens toward the left block, back to Jones left corner. He'll drive the left baseline, pull up, hang, shoot. He finally missed one. He's human. And the rebound to Brooks Bailey. It took him 6 chances to finally miss a shot. Scott City with just their 3rd rebound of the night with 4:20 to go first half, down 1. Up top, here's Bailey. He'll try a 3 for the lead. Oh, in and out and back home for his 2nd 3 of the year. And Scott City with another 3 to go up 25-23 as we approach the midway mark of the 3rd quarter. The Beavers now with their 5th triple of the night. Both of their baskets in the second quarter have come from downtown. Tubbs skips it out high. Foss for an answer back three. He's got it. He's on the board, and Colby goes back up 26-25 with 3:57 to go first half. Mesa quickly back the other way for Scott City up top to Radke, now to Ruiz. Looking for a cutter up top to Mesa. He'll penetrate. Takes it left lane line. Eloy Ruiz left corner for an answer back. Too strong. Rebound Colby's. Jordan Jones off to deflection. Scott City has not rebounded very well in the first half. Blocked by Bailey on a layup attempt by Kirstenbrock. Here's Scott City back the other way. And we get a timeout on the floor as Bailey and Kirstenbrock are all tangled up as they hit the wall. Looks like they're both okay. But Coach Brian Gentry is going to settle the troops down with 3:34 to go first half. 26-25 is your score for Colby up by 1. Basketball presented here by Platinum H Insurance, Plain Jans. Also Perfect Auto Detailing. In Order Supply, New Life Market, Miller Veterinary Clinic, Midwest Mixer. Also Metzger Appraisals and Metzger Family Farms, Low Tree Farms and Livestock, Lebanon Lawn and Tree, Jackson Legal Group, JF Beaver Advertising. Also, J and Root Trucking. There we go. Lost my spot there. Anyways, this is 26-25 Colby. 3.5 to go first half. 30-second timeout taken by Coach Brian Gentry. We've had 7 lead changes and 4 ties in this first half. The points haven't been there in the second quarter as they have been in the first. Kirstenbrock and Bailey, who are playing against each other, are kind of having a laugh about the run in the wall there. Now Ruelas will try a deep 3 left wing for the lead back. He's got it. He has 2 threes and 8. And Scott City with all 9 of their points from downtown in the second quarter to go up 28-26, 3:15 to go here in the second quarter. And Scott City with the 8th lead change of the half. Kirstenbrock with it. Colby just hit their second 3 of the game moments ago. Carroll with it. Bullet pass to Tubbs at the right elbow. He'll try to drive it on Tarango now to Foss. 15 to shoot back in. Deflected. Good defense. Good help defense by Radke. Scott City with a steal. 6 Colby turnover. Beavers up by 2 of the ball, and they're going to lose it out of bounds for turnover number 4. 2:51 to go first half. Scott City led by 5. Colby's biggest lead has been, well, at 2. Been how tight this first half has been. Rumford right now on the bench with 2 fouls and 4 points. 2:40 to go second quarter. The Beavers working a little zone here. Carroll goes right side of Braden Foss. 20 to shoot. Bounce pass to Kirstenbrock in the right corner. 4 different Eagles have scored into Tubbs. Catches it. Can't get it, but he's fouled. Good help defense, but Avery Radke's going to commit the foul. Colby yet to commit a foul in the second quarter. Radke's first. That's the 4th team foul on Scott City. And 2 free throws for Guy Tubbs, who has 10 first half points. He and Jordan Jones each with 10 points, all on 2-point baskets. The free throw is good to pull Colby to within 28-27. These are the first free throws of the night for either side. Grant Stevens back in for Max Kirstenbrock for the Eagles, as both teams have used a 6-player rotation in this first half. All 6 Beavers have scored, and Tubbs ties the game up for the 5th time at 28. He has a dozen to lead Colby. Scott City, ironically against Colby last time around, did not attempt a free throw. They are close to playing a full 6 quarters without attempting a free throw. Mesa right corner with 2:15 to work first half. Now here's Tarango. Nice cut to the basket, and the layup is good. Eye off the glass. He has 7, 30 to 28 with 2:10 to go first half. Both these teams shooting at a pretty high pace here in this first half. Jones goes left side of the pass to Foss. In the paint, it goes to Carroll. Back up top, Jones a 3 for the lead. Got it. My goodness. He has 11 and it's 31-30. And a 30-second Colby timeout with 1:55 to go first half. Colby back on top, 31-30. We'll keep it right here. Basketball presented here by J&R Car and Truck, HRC Feed Yards, Hay Maybe Farms, High Choice Feeders, Great Western Tire, and Deckmart Furniture and Appliance, Good Anesthesia and Pain Management Services, Fro Electric, also Fro Ag Service, Fro Heating and Cooling, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Neil Baker. This has been a back-and-forth game in this first half.
I'm driving for some.
9 lead changes, 5 ties. We haven't even played a full half. 31-30, Colby up by 1 out of the 3 by Jordan Jones. Colby's 3rd 3 of the half. Scott City has hit 6 in this half. They trail by 1. Their leading scorer, Jackson Renford, on the bench with 2 fouls, no rebounds, and 4 points. Now, actually, he's back in the ball game here with 1:53 to go. Colby yet to commit a foul here in the second quarter. In fact, they've only committed one foul the entire ball game. Ruelas steps back, needs help, and throws. Oh, somehow Rumford gets it. Now he'll look to drive in on Tubbs, gets it stripped and stolen. Oh, he picks up his third foul. Oh, no, that's big with 1:40 to go first half. You get the double whammy, turnover number 5, and Rumford's third foul with 1:40 to go second quarter. Colby with the ball up by 1, 31-30. And Rumford will have to sit back down, and that's going to be also free throws coming up here for Braden Foss. His first trip to the line, Colby 2 of 2 at the line. Scott City is about 1:40 away from not attempting a free throw against Colby in 6 quarters of play, and the free throw makes it 32-30 with 1:40 to go first half. Oh, what a big turnover and a foul for Scott City. Rumford's third foul. Second free throw, and Colby with the last 5 points of the game to go up to their biggest lead of the night, 33-30. Foss with 5 all in this quarter. 1:35 to go second period. With it is Ethan Froh in for the first time. He is a 6'1 sophomore. Now with it, Mesa back up top to Ruelas. Trying to go back to Froh. Now here's Radke for a straightaway 3. No. Rebound Froh collects, and then he's pushed. And Colby finally gets called for a foul. That's their second foul of the ball game with 1:20 to go first half, and the first on Kason Carroll. Radke just 2 points. That's his second shot attempt of the night, but Scott City will inbound it down 3, 1:20 to go. Lob it out high to Radke, and then to Junior Mesa. He'll go right to Ethan Froh. Froh back to Ruelas. A deep 3 for the tie. You betcha! He has his second 3 and 11 points. 33's on the board. That's our 6th tie of the night. 1:07 to go first half, and Scott City needed a basket. Grant Stevens trying to answer back. No. Rebound, Trango collects it for Scott City. Beavers with 3-on-2 numbers. Trango back out high to Radke. A catch and shoot 3 for the lead. Short and long rebound tipped, and it's in the hands of Colby. Lead pass down the floor to Kason Carroll. And now new job by Trango knocking it away for Tubbs. It'll be Scott City or Colby ball tied at 33, 46.8 to go first half. As out is going to be Kason Carroll. Max Kirstenbrock in for the first time is Brendan Cook, a 6'3 junior, in for Junior Mesa. Bounce pass, here's Jones with it, guarded by Radke. 40 seconds to go. He'll drive in and reverse the layup. And now he has 15 and a half. 35, 33, 37 seconds to go first half. Game clock about 4 seconds between game clock and shot clock. As Ruelas dribbles it up top. Colby up by 2 late second quarter. All of a sudden the scoring is shot back up again. Cook with it up top, right side to Froh. 20 seconds to work. Now Radke drives in, loses it, but picks it back up. Back up top to Ruelas with 15 to work first half. 8 seconds, 7 to shoot. Now Ruelas move, floater in the paint, and drops out. Rebound Colby with 4 seconds. With it is Foss with 3, with 2, with 1 stolen away by Radke, and that's the end of your first half. But Scott City down by 2 at the break as Colby uses a 16-14 run in the second. Jackson Rumford on the bench with 3 fouls, 35-33. Colby up by 2 at the break. We'll step aside for a 2-minute timeout and come back. Or 3-minute break. We'll make it a 3-minute break. This is Beaver basketball.
I'm driving, but someone texted me. I'll make it quick. Replying to this will only take a second. This can't wait.
According to National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, in a year, there are over 1.6 million car accidents involved with cell phones. Around 3,000 people die a year, not including the pedestrians and cyclists that are injured or killed in the accidents. Are you willing to leave your child without a fatherly or motherly figure? Don't text and drive.
For exceptional service in real estate, put Stephanie Shapland at Shapland Real Estate to work for you. Property homework is what we do best at Shapland Real Estate. We put forth every effort to get results that move you. Our expertise in buying and selling residential, commercial, and agriculture property is built on the tradition of trust and thoroughness that you deserve. Shapland Real Estate takes pride in our community and in cheering on our students in all that they do. Give Shapland Real Estate a call or visit our website today.
Adding value to our community has been our priority since day one. That's why the Scott Co-op is here with 8 elevator locations, 2 service stations, 5 card trolls, bulk fuel and oil delivery, as well as a full-service agronomy department, including agronomy services, seed, chemical, fertilizer, and custom application. Visit us online at scottcoop.com or download our app for more information. Scott Co-op is a proud supporter of our local communities.
Scott City Eye Center has been a leading provider of optometry services and vision care products in the Scott City community since 1999. Our experienced eye doctors offer comprehensive vision examinations that our Scott City Optometry office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide array of eye diseases, conditions, and problems. We use advanced diagnostic technology, and we are committed to improving the quality of life. Give yourself the gift of clear vision by scheduling an appointment with Dr. Joshua Gooden, OD, today.
As your local community foundation, we are dedicated to preserving local wealth so the communities in and around Scott County will forever remain an attractive place to live, work, and raise a family. We respond to the needs of our community through grant making, scholarships, and other special projects. Visit us online at scottcf.org.
There's nothing more spacious than Western Kansas, and nobody closer than our communities. We are determined to keep our communities connected to schools, kids to teachers and parents. We believe a connected world is a better place. We're more than what we do for our hometowns. It's what we do with our hometowns. S&T is proud to be your family, your friends, your neighbor.
At Red Barn Enterprises, we offer a full range of products to boost your farming success. As your locally owned Axis Seed regional company, we offer products to support the health and productivity of your crop. With a wide selection from BW Fusion, Meristem Crop Performance, and Pivot Bio, we have everything you need to protect your crop from abiotic stresses and feed it for top yields. Proudly supporting the Beavers, Red Barn Enterprises is your local partner committed to your crops and community.
Looks like this here for Colby, and it's really been the big cast. They've had 15 from Jordan Jones, 12 from Guy Tubbs. Also in that first half, 5 from Braden Foss, 3 for Max Kersenbrock, and that's the scoring for Colby in the first half. They did have 8 turnovers, 2 steals, but they really controlled the glass, 11 rebounds to just 4 for Scott City in that first half. Scott City was led by Eloy Ruelas, who had 11. Also 6 from Junior Mesa, 7 from Alex Tarango. Jackson Rumford had 4, but he is battling foul trouble, and it's the fact where he has 3 fouls in the first half. And that's a big story here in this ball game. Brooks Bailey hit his second 3 of the year. He has 3 points for Scott City. But the Beavers with 5 turnovers, 5 steals. I mentioned just 4 rebounds in the first half. But it's 35-33. What a wild one here. We'll try to get some more stats for you here in 3 minutes. Colby up by 2 over Scott City. Take another 3-minute break. This is Beaver basketball.
Since 1950, Pioneer Communications has been right here in Western Kansas, connecting your community. We're more than an internet company. We're your neighbors, your friends, your local business partner. For 75 years, we've been dedicated to delivering the experience you deserve, providing high-speed internet, reliable connections, and unwavering support for families, schools, and business. Wherever life leads you, Pioneer Communications, where connection counts, local makes a difference, and community comes first.
America is at work, from farms to construction sites to factories. Millions of people operate tractors and heavy equipment every day to help keep America strong and growing. When operating dump trucks or equipment with booms or other extensions, watch out for overhead electrical lines. Make sure there's adequate clearance, because coming in contact with those lines could result in a tragedy. For more safety information, visit weci.net and click on the Safety tab. An important safety message brought to you by Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life. Your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Is it time to update your home with the latest trends? Come on in to Giftologist in Scott City. Giftologist can help you upgrade your space and decor that spans the changing seasons. We also have a great line of today's trends in jewelry, cookware, candles, Ashley signature furniture, as well as a wide variety of Yeti products. Oh, and did I mention that we also have a great selection of gifts for kids? There's something for everyone inside Giftologist, located on Main Street in downtown Scott City.
Nothing's better than homemade food. Well, that's what you get at Mom and Pop's Burger Stop in Scott City. What makes Mom and Pop's Burger Stop so good is they serve fresh burgers and slice up the best homemade pies in town. Don't forget they have a full salad bar along with weekly specials. You can check out their Facebook page, Mom and Pop's Burger Stop, for more information on their weekly specials. Or call 620-874-9292. Drop in for homemade food at Mom and Pop's Burger Stop, 308 West 5th Street, Scott City. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 2 and 5 to 8.
Buy one iPhone 16 Pro Max and get one on Nextech Wireless. iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by the A18 Pro chip and built for Apple Intelligence. Now available in 4 stunning finishes: black titanium, white titanium, natural titanium, and desert titanium. Which iPhone 16 Pro Max color will you choose? Stop by a location near you to take advantage of this amazing deal today. Nextech Wireless, connecting Kansans.
Proudly supporting the Scott City Beavers on KSKL Mix 94.5 is Weathers Land and Livestock. They wish the Scott City Beavers the best of luck during the 2024-2025 season. Hard work, dedication, and persistence are the keys to success for a great season in athletics, activities, and even in the classroom. Proudly supporting the Scott City Beavers on Mix 94.5 is Weathers Land and Livestock. Good luck, Scott City Beavers, from Weathers Land and Livestock. (35-33). Colby up by 2 at the halftime, and a wild affair here at the Scott Community Event Center. It's been a good first half, but see what happens here in this second half. Colby shooting lights out in the first half. Both teams north of 50%. Colby 14 of 21 from the floor at 67%. They were 3 of 8 on threes, but get this, 11 of 13 on twos and a perfect 4 of 4 from the line. They only had 2 fouls in the first half. Scott City, on the other hand, had 7 fouls. That ended up being a story through the first 6 quarters of the season between Scott City and Colby. The Beavers have yet to attempt a free throw against Colby. Colby was 8 of 13 in that 4-point win back on the 17th of January at the line. But in the first half, Scott City is 13 of 24 from the floor, 54%. Really what's keeping them here, part of this ball game, is their threes. They're 7 of 12. 6 of 12 on 2-point baskets. As I mentioned, no free throws. But the foul trouble, the big story for Scott City. 3 for Jackson Rumford. Picked up his 3rd foul on a turnover and a foul with 1:40 to go second quarter. Keep that in mind here as we take a look at some scores across the league, what I can find. It is 34-15 for Holcomb over Ulysses at the break. That game in Holcomb. Goodland leading Syracuse 8-6 after one. Goodland now the new #1 team last week in the KBCA polls in Class 3A. Cimarron and Hugoton are battling 25-19. That's a low-scoring affair. Hugoton up by 6 over Cimarron at the break. That's Scott City's next 2 opponents. Once again, if you saw the calendar beginning of the year, you saw Scott City was going to play Hugoton on the 25th of February. That has been moved up to the 20th. That's this Thursday. That's where Scott City goes. They go to Hugoton, and then they'll host Cimarron to wrap up the regular season on Friday. The big reason is get the 20 games into the schedule here to count toward the sub-state seeding. Second half underway to be Scott City basketball. Eloy Ruelas, Avery Radke, Alex Tarango, Jackson Rumford, and Junior Mesa. Mesa that up top, a straightaway triple for the lead. Clanks off, and the rebound to Casey Carroll. And Colby continues their better rebounding here in this ball game. They have out-rebounded Scott City by about a 3-1 margin here tonight. 7:38 to go, 3rd period. Guy Tubbs with it out high. And now to Braden Foss. Foss looking for a cutter, goes left to Stevens, now to Tubbs. Trying to drive in and Rumford. Bank shot over him is good. He has 14. Nothing Rumford could do with his 3 fouls. 37-33, 7:23 to go, 3rd quarter. That's Colby's largest lead of the night at 4. Scott City's largest lead has been at 5. Tarango up top, a catch-and-shoot 3. Good! He hits his second 3. He's the second Beaver in double figures with 10. The Beavers at 8 threes. It's a 1-point game. First minute of this third period at 37-36. Colby's a team that averages just under 60 points a game. Scott City at around 57 points. Colby lost 78-70 at Goodland last Tuesday. Score 70 points, you can't win a game. That's very tough in high school. Tubbs with a nice strong move to the basket. He has 16, 39, 36, 6:40 to go third quarter. And now Trango for the tie. He's got it again. His 13th point ties the game for the 7th time at 39 with 6:35 to go here in the third period. So Scott City answers back quickly after a Colby make. And we're tied at 39 apiece. 6:25 to go with it as Jones, guarded by Radke, goes around Radke. He'll lay it up and score it. He has 17, 41-39, 6:19 to go third quarter. Colby continues their blistering hot shooting. They have hit their first 3 shots of the third quarter. Rumford, no look to Ruiz in left corner for the lead. 3, too strong. Rebound, Radke had it, but tipped it down in the hands of Foss, who has 6 rebounds. Good look for Ruiz in the corner. And now it's stolen away by Ruiz. Colby's 9th turnover. Ruiz, the layup. We're tied at 41. 5:55 to go third quarter. Colby with their 9th turnover of the night. Scott City ties it up. It's the 8th tie of the night. 41's on the board. With it is Carroll. Goes to his left, guarded by Mesa. Now to Jones. Jones dumps it left baseline. Here's Tubbs over Rumford. Too strong. Just their second 2-point miss of the night. They'll say last touch by Tarango. Tarango did not like the call and asked as he and Case and Carroll were fighting for the basketball. That was just the third 2-point miss for Colby tonight. They're now 3 of 4 in this period. Tubbs for a 3. No. Caught by Alex Tarango underneath, his first rebound of the night. Scott City looking for the first lead in this half. Tied at 41, 5:25 to go third stanza. Entry feed to Rumford, right block. Nice cut. Tarango lays it up. It spins in. He has his 8th point of the quarter, 15 for the game, and it's a 43-41 Scott City lead with 5:14 to go third period. That's lead change number 10 of the night. 5:05 to go third quarter. Scott City with the last 4 to go up by 2. Tubbs with it. Now baseline. Here's Jones driving in. Reverse layup. Stuffed that time. Oh, a late whistle and a call, and they'll give Jones 2 free throws. His first trip to the line tonight. Scott City's first foul of the quarter. With 4:55 to go third quarter. The foul is going to be on Alex Tarango, his second. 2 free throws for Jordan Jones coming up. He has 17. Scott City's been whistled for 8 fouls tonight. Colby just 2 fouls here in the first 19 minutes of the ball game. Free throw for Jones is short. Colby is 4 of 5 at the line tonight. Scott City, they have played 51 minutes of basketball against Colby this year and have yet to attempt a free throw against him. Free throw number 2 is short as well. Radke couldn't wrestle the rebound away. They're going to say last touch by Carroll, as it was the number 3. He's fighting for the rebound. It'll belong to Scott City. Back in, it'll be Max Kirschenbrock for Grant Stevens. At the 4:54 mark of the third quarter, Scott City trying to expand on their 2-point lead, 43-41. Ruelas to Jackson Rumford, back to Ruelas out high. Off a screen, here's a little stop and go. Driving in, Mesa pivots at the left block, throws a tough shot. Yes! And Scott City's going to shoot a free throw. That's a basket and 1. 45-41 Scott City, 4:40 to go third quarter. The foul number 1 on Colby of the third quarter belongs to Case and Carroll, his second. Junior Mesa, just his 7th free throw attempt of the year. He has 8. Scott City with a 6-0 run and make it a 7-0 run as they match their largest lead at 46-41 on a 7-0 run of the last minute. We approach 4.5 to go third period. Little pressure in the backcourt by Scott City. Kirstenbrock throws it away almost. Jones saves a bit right to Avery Radke for Colby's 10th turnover. Left side, here's Ruelas up top to Rumford. Turns down the 3, guarded tightly. Goes around Tubbs, lays it up and scores it. It's a 9-0 run. 48-41 with 4:18 to go third quarter. Rumford with a half a dozen. Compression in the backcourt by Scott City. It's a run of about 9 over the last minute plus. Skip it right side. Foss for 3. No. Rebound Rumford. He has his first board of the night at the midway mark of the third quarter. Scott City up by 7, 48-41. Ruelas steps back. 3. Oh, no, heat check time, tipped around and in the hands of Jordan Jones for Colby. He'll race it into the front court, left side. Underneath, ball knocked out of bounds, saved into play. Last touch that time by Kirstenbrock as he hit the padding again. He's a little shaken up here. I hope he's okay. He and Tarango collided underneath the basket. Kirstenbrock up. It's turnover number 11 on Colby. Colby fans wanting a foul on that. It was a pretty big collision underneath. Hopefully Kirstenbrock is okay. He'll check out for Grant Stevens. But Scott City on a 9-0 run over the last 2 minutes. They lead at 48-41. 3:48 to go, third period of play. With it, Ruiz bounces it back to Rumford. Back to Ruiz, steps back, looking to penetrate. He'll drive in, float one up. Oh, it crawls off. Nice look underneath there, and the rebound to Colby. Carroll with his 5th board of the night unofficially. Now back over goes to Jordan Jones with 3.5 to go, third period. Scott City with the last 9 points of the game. They have their largest lead at 7. Here's Jones going right side. Takes it strong to the rack and will score it. He has 19. 48-43. 3:20 to go, third quarter. He is just a junior, folks. This is a 11-7 Colby team that's only lost to 3 different teams in a bad pass, and Scott City turns it over for the 6th time as Rumford trying to dump it underneath the Ruelas. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Foss races it across. Out high to Jones. Reverse layup. It's blocked by Rumford on Foss, and the rebound to Scott City's Rumford. He got the block and the rebound. Scott City up by 5 as they will bring it across here with 2:45. They got to get it across here to avoid the 10 count. Ooh, that was close. Now to Radke, almost a push by Carroll. Radke with it, stops, 17-footer straight away. Yes, he has 4, 50-43 Beavers. 2.5 to go, third quarter. Scott City on an 11-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes. 10 lead changes, 8 ties tonight. Jones looking to penetrate, goes to the right elbow out high to Grant Stevens, into Tubbs. Has good position, reverses a layup, and he has 18. 50-45, 2:14 to go for third quarter. Those two have combined for 37 of Colby's 50 points tonight, at least. 19 for Jones, 18 for Tubbs. Mesa with it, 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Gets tied up, and then he finds Ruelas at high. Turns down the 3. Sees an alley, drives in, and floats one up. That one will bounce off again. Last touch by Colby, they'll say. It'll be Scott City basketball. Brooks Bailey in to replace junior Mesa. Max Kirstenbrock, that's a good sign after he took a tough shot earlier against the wall, padding, and he'll be in for Case and Carroll. 34 to shoot for Scott City. They'll throw it up top to Tarango. How about another 3? Yes! He has 3 threes in the quarter. He has 16 for the game, and it's 53-45, 1:40 to go, third quarter. My goodness, Scott City continues their hot shooting from downtown, and they have their largest lead at 8. It's a 20-10 third quarter run, and it could add to it. A steal. Here's Ruelas. The layup. No. Rebound ripped away by Kirstenbrock. Off of Colby's 12th turnover. Here's Colby back the other way. Minute 20 to go, third quarter. Jones with it out high. Scott City up by 8. Colby with the ball. Goes right side. Stevens high-low into Tubbs. Too far, and it's out of bounds. And that'll be Colby. They're going to get Tubbs with a push. And it's going to be their 13th turnover of the night. That'll be Tubbs' second as Brooks Bailey got in the way of him. Coach Tom Stevens up off his seat. Didn't like the call from Wyatt Dottle. Tubbs' second. Second, Colby fouled the quarter. And we have a timeout taken by Scott City coach Brian Gentry. We'll take it as well. 1:12 to go, third quarter. Scott City 53, Colby 45. Back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
Shells, Flowers, and More in Scott City is your full-service florist that provides custom floral arrangements and great gift ideas for anyone.
At Red Barn Enterprises, we're bringing you BW Fusion products to help your crops stress less and yield more. Discover the benefits of Amino, Relax RX, Full Sun, and BioBoost, each designed to enhance plant health and maximize yield. Proudly supporting Scott County Athletics, Red Barn Enterprises is your partner for a more resilient and productive future. Choose BW Fusion from Red Barn Enterprises today.
Are you willing to die for nicotine? In a world where vaping has become popular, traces of metals like arsenic, lead, and nickel have all been found within vapes. According to Hopkins Medicine, vaping can cause irritation and swelling in your lungs, leading to possible lung disease and higher risk of heart attacks. So far, there have been 68 vaping-related deaths this year, and those numbers are only going to rise. Do you want to be next? Learn the truth about vaping at thetruth.com.
Run in the third quarter, they have a lead of 8. They're looking to expand on it here. Alex Tarango with 11 points in this quarter. He has 18. He's just 1 off a career high. Minute 5 to go third quarter. Ruelas left corner to Rumford. That's going to be a pushing foul on Guy Tubbs, trying to fight through the screen, and that is going to be Tubbs' third with 1:03 to go. So the two big post players now for both teams with 3 fouls. After Colby just had 2 fouls in the first half, they have picked up their third here in the third quarter. And Ruelas still inbounded in. Will throw it out high to Bailey. Turns down the 3. Now he'll drive to the basket. He'll lean. Oh, that's going to be a charge. That was close to a flop take by Grant Stevens, but the official awarded Stevens the call as Brooks Bailey picks up his second and team foul number 2 on Scott City in the quarter with exactly 1 minute to go third quarter as Case Carroll is in for Guy Tubbs. You got to love the aggressiveness, though, from Bailey, who was looking for his 5th point of the night. 50 seconds to go, third period. Colby the ball down 8, 53-45. With it now is Case Carroll. Hands it off right side to Jones. Good defense by Tarango. Back up top, Carroll turns down the 3, drives in on Rumford. He'll lay it up and score it. His first basket, 53-47, with 34 seconds to go third quarter. So Scott City will have pretty much the game clock, actually it's virtually shut off. Tarango, hot hand, he's got a career high, 56-47. He has his 21st point, 14 in the quarter. 17 seconds to go, third period, almost a steal out high. Colby with the basketball down 9. It's a 28-12 third quarter run for 23-12 third quarter run for Scott City. 7 seconds, 6. Back to Jones with 5, with 4, with 3 around the screen. Jones with 2, with 1. His runner is good as the third quarter comes to an end for his 21st point. 56-49. Colby cuts the deficit to 7. As we head to the fourth quarter, don't go anywhere. Back in a minute. This is Beaver basketball.
You know how they say the most important thing in real estate is location, location, location. Well, location is...
We believe investing in our community is how we make a lasting impact. It's about more than just providing wireless services. We believe in rolling up our sleeves and working side by side with local organizations. Whether you're sharing cherished moments, staying updated on trends, or exploring your surroundings, we're there to keep you connected. Next Tech Wireless. We are Kansas.
Western Tire of Scott City is available for tire repair and replacement, oil changes, tire rotation, balancing, alignment, and bulk fuel delivery to keep your equipment going. They also offer 24-hour emergency service calls. Deckmart Furniture and Appliances. At Deckmart, they offer a variety of quality furniture, including sofas, recliners, lift chairs, dining sets, bars, bar stools, mattresses, and more. They carry GE and Speed Queen appliances and are happy to quickly service what they sell with a local repairman. Great Western Tire and Deckmart Furniture and Appliances. Small-time friendliness with big city service and quality.
It's a 3, and it bounces around and off, and Rumford with his third rebound of the night. He's battled foul trouble. Scott City down the floor with it. And now Rumford will try a 3. Yes, he has 9. 59-49, 7:20 to go. Scott City raining threes here tonight. That's their fifth of the second half. They have a season-high 12 threes tonight, and they go up by 10. Colby wants time with 7:11 to go. It's a full. We'll take a minute. Beavers up by 10. This is Scott City basketball.
If your furnace is not working, would you hire some random fixer-upper? Likely not. You'd call their heating experts at Turner Sheet Metal Heating and Air Conditioning in Scott City.
Furrow Heating and Cooling of Scott City is a proud sponsor of Beaver activities. Brent and Angie take pride in helping our activities and support our students 100%. They can also help you with any heating and cooling needs that you have. Give Furrow Heating and Cooling a call at 620-872-3508 and see if they can help you with your needs today.
BBN is brought to you by Shapland Real Estate, State Farm, Norder Supply Incorporated, Ag Management Services, Vogelmore Family Farms, White's Food Liner, Scott Community Foundation.
Out to 10, the first double-digit lead of the night either side. 59-49, Scott City with a 10-point lead over Colby. The Eagles with the ball out of the timeout, 7:11 to go. Both teams with 3 timeouts remaining. Scott City has 2 fulls and a 30. Colby with 2 30s and a full. Case and Carroll pull up at the right elbow, corner to Stevens. Pump fakes on 3. Now entry feed deflected out of bounds by Tubbs. It'll still stay with the Eagles with 20 to shoot. Rumford thought it might have gone off Tubbs. With 7:04 to go. Coaches here tonight from Fort Hays State, from Garden City for both football and basketball. Lob out high to Case and Carroll. He'll be guarded by Brooks Bailey, and now to Jones, who has 21, a team high. Both 2 guards guarding each other have 21 points. That's Tarango guarding Carroll now, or correction, Jones. Now it's Carroll trying a 3 with 3 or 5 to shoot. No. Rebound tipped, and Radke collects it for Scott City. Scott City down or up by 10 with 6:40 to go. 59-49. This has been a frantic pace all night. Tarango goes down Main Street, backside pass. Finally gets it to Rumford, and he's got double figures with 11. 61-49 with 6.5 to go. Mesa to check in next dead ball. Scott City is now up by 12. Jones into the front court, goes left with the pass. Colby, you still got to watch out for him, even though they're down 12 with 6:15 to go. Nice move by Foss, and he draws the foul, and he'll get 2 free throws. That'll be a foul on Eloy Ruelas, his first. Scott City's first foul of the fourth quarter. Foss 2 of 2 from the line, has 5 points. The Eagles 4 of 6 at the line tonight. He has 5 points. He had 13 on Friday against Cimarron. And his free throw is good to make it 61-50. 6:12 to go. Their first points of the fourth quarter. Mesa in for Brooks Bailey. Both these teams have been, for the most part tonight, set on a 6-player rotation. Oh, second free throw rimming in. And it's 61-51. Foss with 7. So we approach 6 minutes to go. Long ways to go in this game. Ruelas with it out left wing, guarded by Jordan Jones, trying to go around the screen. He'll take it to the rack. He'll lay it up, score it. 13 for Ruelas, 63-51. 5:55 to go. So Scott City with a nice answer back. They have 7 of the first 9 points of this fourth quarter. They led by 7 going into the fourth quarter. Now their lead is 12. With it here is Carroll out high. Pulls up to the foul line, right wing. Foss trying to feed it in, doesn't. 15 to shoot back out high. They'll reset with Jordan Jones with 10 to shoot. Gets a screen, goes to his right. Pulls up mid-range. Nice shot, no. Rebound, Jackson Rumford. He has 4 rebounds all in this second half, playing with some foul trouble. And now Scott City can extend their lead. Tarango looking at his career high. A little strong on that one, but Tubbs with the rebound for Colby. He hasn't had too many rebounds tonight. 5:18 to go. I have him with his first rebound there. With 5:14 to go, 12 points. Scott City leads 63-51. Stevens will launch a deep 3, and he'll be too strong on that. Rebound, Jackson Rumford shields off his good friend Guy Tubbs for the board. And now Scott City will travel with it out high. That'll be their 8th turnover. Radke commits the foul, or the turnover, excuse me, with exactly 5 minutes to go. Man, as much action as there's been to begin the fourth quarter, there's still a long ways to go in this one. 63-51 Scott City. Jones with it. Now up top, they get a screen for Jones, left wing from Carroll. He'll drive in. Jones will dish it back to Tubbs. He'll drive down the middle. Will lay it up. Miss the runner right down Broadway. And the rebound and a whistle and a holding foul. That might be on Jones, and that's the case. That's his 4th. Or correction on Guy Tubbs. That's Tubbs' 4th. Colby's first foul of the fourth quarter comes with 4:42 to go. And as Kirstenbrock will check in for Carroll. Scott City trying to push the lead up to past 12 here. 4:38 to go, 63-51. Ruelis into the front court left, dribbles between the legs, guarded by Jones. Now here is Junior Mesa, steps back, uses up a dribble, finds Jackson Rumford to the right side. Looking at nice cutter, Radke, he'll lay it up and score it. Nice cut to the basket, he has 65-51, 4:19 to go. The Beavers now with their largest lead of the night. They're on an 8-2 run in this fourth quarter. Colby without a field goal over nearly 4 minutes. With it, given back to Jones. 4:08 to go, penetrates, stripped, and he's going to be a foul on the floor. That'll be team foul number 2 on Scott City with 4:06 to go. They're going to get Eloy Ruelis with his second. 4:06 to go. Inbound into Stevens, guarded by Mesa, backing his way in, goes to his right, pump fakes, tough shot, no, right to Jackson Rumford. He has 7 rebounds in the second half. And then it's stolen away in timeout for Colby with 3:56 to go. Tom Stevens takes a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here with 3:56 remaining. Basketball presented here by First National Bank, Fairleigh Companies, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Hugh Berta Benz, Fairleigh Companies, DeKalb Bear, Clint's Diesel Repair. Also Circle C Farm, Shells, Flowers, and more, Burning Farms, Beef Belt, Beavertown, FFL, Bartlett Green, B&H Paving, and American Implement, and Ag Management Services. Some scores right now in the league. Holcomb all over Ulysses, 52-28. They're about midway through the fourth quarter there. Last check, 32-25, Hugoton over Cimarron going into the fourth quarter. That one a little closer. Don't have a Goodland update with Syracuse. They were leading in the first quarter. Try to get an update for you on that one. But that's all the game's course moved. It's 44-37 Goodland over Syracuse, so that's a pretty tight game going into the fourth quarter there at the Max Jones Fieldhouse. Here it's 65-53, Scott City after that last basket with 3:55 to go. The steal, Scott City's 9th turnover of the night. 3:50 to work here. With it here is Ruelis. He'll drive kick in the right corner to Trango. Steps back, he'll drive in now to Rumford. Rumford kicks it left wing to Mesa, left corner. Ruelis will try a 3, too strong. Colby with the board. Here's Jones. Race it back the other way. Now the ball's loose, but picked up by Jones. Jones will look to penetrate, kicks it, throws it away as he tried to one-hander out of bounds, and it goes into the corner and out of bounds. That'll be Colby's 14th turnover. 65-53, 3:27 to go. Ruelis will calmly walk it across. Scott City tries to burn some clock and conserve some energy as well, as they have 2 big games coming up Thursday and Friday. Ruelis with the dribble up top. Now loses it, but picks it back up, and Coach Brian Gentry wants a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here, 3:10 to go. As I mentioned, a tough schedule coming up for Scott City, both the boys and girls on Thursday. Go to Hugoton. That was originally scheduled for the 25th, but of course with the new playoff format in sub-state basketball for 3A and below, the seeding for 3A and 2A is this Saturday, so Scott City wanted to get all their games in before Saturday and counted toward their sub-state seeding. Colby will wrap up the regular season at home against Hugoton on Friday nights. These two are kind of neck and neck in the league standings as well. Colby with a 1/2 game lead over Scott City for 3rd coming into tonight. There is a good chance, looking at if it's kind of holds like it is, Colby could stay at number 7, Goodland at number 2. Those two could play for a 5th timeout. The 30-second timeout inbound into Radke. Holds it then back to Ruelis with 3:05 to go. Scott City with a season-high 12 threes, up by 12, 65-53. With it is Rumford. Nice cut, Mesa. Kisses it off the glass. He has 11, 67-53 with 2:55 to go. Good possession for Scott City. They milked some time off the clock, and they got a good look. 2:48 to go. Grant Stevens with it. Now it's Green. Here's Foss, guarded by Ruelis, and now up top it'll go to Jordan Jones. A little hesitation, and he draws a blocking foul. That'll be the 4th foul on Jackson Rumford with 2:39 to go, and team foul number 2 of the fourth quarter. They've really cut down on the foul calls here, both sides in this fourth quarter. But now Rumford with 4, Tubbs with 4, and they'll reset the shot clock with 2:39 to go. Both of those players remain in. There's Tubbs. He'll catch a straightaway 3 and airballs it out of bounds. He and Jones have both been scoreless here in this fourth quarter. 2:36 remaining. 65-53, or 67-53, as Ruiz with it now from Mesa. Scott City burning a lot of time off here with a big lead by 14. Up top, Rumford for the 70th point. Yes, he's got it. He has 8 in the fourth quarter. Scott City with their 13-3, 70-53 with 2:12 to go. Back-to-back games of 70 points for the Beavers tonight. And last Tuesday against Larned, as they're 2 minutes away from going 4-0 against the orange and black teams. The Jones pull-up jumper, no. That's going to be last touch by Colby. It'll be Scott City basketball. Uh, 1:57 to go. Back in will be Case and Carroll for Guy Tubbs. Minute 55 left. And now stolen away out of Rumford's hands, out of trap. Pump fake. Rumford gets out of the way of Jones, and he scores it. He has 23, 70-55. And Coach Tom Stevens will burn one of his final 2 timeouts left with 1:42 remaining. It'll be a full. Let's step away for 1 minute here. This is Beaver basketball.
Years since you graduated, your college team is your life. Well, you can have an agent for life, and auto, and home, and business insurance. Imagine that. One insurance agent for everything. It's that simple. So get a Farm Bureau agent for life. In Scott City and Dighton, call Neil Baker. In Dighton, 620-397-5345. Or in Scott City at 620-872-7226. Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company.
We all know the weather in western Kansas changes daily, and that's why your Ream specialist, Faro Heating and Cooling, is there for prompt quality service. Faro Heating and Cooling services all brands for tube heaters, gas fireplaces, gas piping, and sheet metal. They service for both residential and commercial units. For repairs or estimates, call 620-872-3508 or visit them at 910 West 5th Street in Scott City. Faro Heating and Cooling proudly supports the Scott City Beavers.
All right, we're back to action here momentarily with 1:42 to go. 70-55 Scott City. Colby will slap on some full court pressure. I haven't seen that from them tonight. They're down to 1 timeout. Scott City has 2. Ruiz with it. Bounce passes it into Junior Mesa, still in the backcourt within a quick foul. That'll be team foul number 2. That'll be on Foss. That'll be his first. 1:38 to go. Ruiz now into Tarango. Oh, he lost it, but picks it back up. Now gets it to Radke. He'll drive in on Stevens, the runner. Oh, before that, we get a travel. Turnover on Scott City. So Tubbs with 20 tonight for Colby. 23 for Jones. 1:34 to go. And Colby to inbound it. A little pressure by Scott City. Burned some time off. 70-55. They've led by as many as 17 in this game, but a 37-20 run and a 3 for Colby out high by Foss. He has 10, 70-58. Now almost thrown away, and then Kirstenbrock fouls Rumford. Team foul number 3, 1:15 to go. So Colby the last 5 points. Grant Stevens in for Guy Tubbs. Of course, keep him out of his 5th foul. Ruiz trying to inbound it in. Avoids a 5 count. The pass to Tarango, and he's fouled. Carroll with 3 fouls. 1:14 to go. Final foul to give for the Eagles. They aren't giving up here, down 12. Next foul will send Scott City to the line. Holcomb over Ulysses, 60-47. And now another foul will send Mesa to shoot 2. That foul on Jones, just his first. Mesa will attempt free throws 2 of 3 of the night for Scott City. He has 11, 4 Beavers in double figures. Led by 21 from Alex Tarango, a new career high for him. Rumford with 14, and Mesa misses the free throw. He'll get another one. 13 for Ruiz, 6 for Radke. 3 for Bailey right now. 1:13 remaining in this one. Second charity toss. Yes. A dozen for Mesa, 71-58, 1:13 to go. His points right now are the difference as Bailey comes in for some defensive purposes for Mesa. Jones will take the dribble, 1:13 to go, and now we'll take it across the timeline from left to right. He'll quickly release a 3. Got it. Geez, 71-61. He has 26. Baseball pass to Brooks Bailey. He'll take it, trying to get it on Tubbs, but back to Rumford out high. 55 seconds. And a foul on Colby. I make this a 10-point game. The foul on Jones is second. Rumford to the line for the first time tonight. Scott City, after not shooting a free throw against Colby forever, as Rumford misses that one. Now we'll have their 5th free throw attempt of the night. They did not shoot a free throw in the first game, and it took them till about the 4:40 mark of the third quarter. And Rumford with 9 in the quarter, 15 for the game, 72-61, 56.6 to go. Little pressure now. Here's Kirstenbrock racing it across. He'll kick it left wing to Grant Stevens. Back up top to Jones, turns down the 3. He'll drive in, and he'll have a layup. And that's all right. You can give 2 for 3. And Coach Tom Stevens will burn his final timeout with 46.3 to go. Makes it 72-63. So Colby on a 10-3 run over the last minute, 46.3. This is a dangerous enough team here. Jones, he has 28 points to lead all scorers here tonight. Another big night for him. Scott City just a little too much here for Colby so far tonight. That 9-0 run for Scott City in the third quarter might end up being the difference here tonight. I'll keep it right here. Colby now out of timeouts, 46 seconds to go. This is a big win for Scott City. That moves them into 14-4 on the year. And 6-4 in the league. They haven't won 6 games in the league in maybe 10 years, maybe 9 years. Colby is a dangerous enough team at 11. They'll likely fall to 11-8 here unless something big happens in the final 46 seconds. Remember, they're out of timeouts. Scott City has 2 left. They have both of those are fulls. All right, out of the timeout, Colby applying full court pressure. Inbound in, and Ruelas is fouled by Jones, who's picked up 3 fouls in the fourth quarter, 45.5 seconds to go. That runs off a second off the clock. So Ruelas looking to add to his 13-point night. It was about 51.5 minutes, the first 51.5 minutes between these two teams. Scott City did not attempt a free throw. Now they will have free throw attempts 6 of 7 of the night. Free throw is good for Ruelas. He ties a season high, by the way, of 14 points. 73-63, 45.5 seconds to go. And Ruelas' second is too strong. Rebound tipped around. Radke saves it, and he's double teamed. Good defense, playing a foul out high. Even though Scott City is 3 of 6 in the fourth quarter of the line, they've maintained the lead. The Foss foul is his second. And now it's Tarango looking to add to his career night. He might be too close to the basket to stand and shoot. He had 4 threes in that third quarter, and that one rims off. Just his 4th miss at the line this year. Scott City now 3 of 7 at the line in the fourth quarter. They lead 73-63, and now 74-63. 22 for the senior. And there's a lot. Scott City won this game tonight thanks to their 3-point shooting. Jones with it. Nia Kirstenbrock drives in, lays it up, and scores it. He has 5, 74-65, 27 seconds to go, and Radke is fouled with 26.7 to go. He'll have his chance to add to his point total. That's Foss's 3rd foul. This will be the first time for Scott City to win back-to-back games at home against the Eagles since 2017 and 2018. They'll go to 3rd in the league standings over Colby after tonight. The free throw is splashed home by Radke. He has 7. 75-65. I'll have to look back to the last time Scott City scored over 70 points against Colby. It's been a while. 26.7 to go. That one rims off. Rebound, Brooks Bailey with another big offensive board for Scott City now. Radke, and he's fouled, and Radke will have an opportunity at the line for 2 more free throws with 22.7 to go. Kirstenbrock fouls for the second time. Colby has fouled 10 times in this fourth quarter after they only had 5 fouls to the first 3. Radke misses that one. Scott City trying to maintain, I guess, their 50-50 free throw shooting in the fourth quarter here. They do. Radke now with 8. 76-65, 22 seconds to go in this one. This is going to be a good win for Scott City. Colby, a travel out high, and that'll be the 15th turnover, and that'll about do it. A 43-30 second half run for Scott City. 76-65. Colby's not going to foul. They're going to drop to 11-8 on the year. Scott City's going to get to 10 games above 500. Their most wins in 9 years, as they'll win their 3rd in a row. Colby will have Hugoton at home on Friday night in the Battle of the Eagles. What a win tonight for Scott City. 76-65 over Colby. The Beavers have now won 4 in a row. They are now 14-4 on the year and remain in the hunt for a top 5 possibly spot in the postseason seeds. They're now 14-4 on the year, 6-4 in the league. Colby drops to 11-8 on the year. That's just the 4th opponent they have lost to this year as they fall to 6-5 in league play. Post-game coverage comes your way in 3 minutes. This is Beaver basketball.
And foods are also available. Miller Veterinary Clinic, South Highway. They have compassionate care for all of God's creatures.
Protect your bottom line with crop insurance from Farm Bureau Financial Services. Farm Bureau agents Berta Benz and Q Benz in Scott City and Leota can help you select the right federal crop and crop hail insurance options for your farming operation. Call Farm Bureau